All this static again. Price don't move, just bends. Same chart, same doubt. Same noise I tuned out. I've got tabs full of notes and no one to show. Just sitting in my space, watching candles glow. Hold mode. Am I stuck in hold mode? Did I blink and miss the road? Am I just in hold mode? It's that friction burn drag. They call it just a lag, but the tape feels fake and the faith feels jagged. Try to chase the thread, just led to more decay. Had to learn to sit while they stall the day. Hold mode. Am I stuck in hold mode? Was it truth I thought I owed?
You know, stop all the music, stop everything on my computer. I don't have anything going on my computer right now. And it's literally, and I do this every day. I stream every day. And it's dropping frames like you guys wouldn't believe. It's as if I have to record the whole video and then post it because I can't go live and do it at the same time. I'm just looking at the frame rate and it comes in, it comes out, it comes in, it comes out. We've already dropped 888 frames. So I pray this is a better sound and a better look this time around. It's still me, so I don't know how it's going to be a better look. But we're dialed in. Okay? All right, guys. Looks like it's stuck right there where we're going to be. Fuck my life, dude. Okay. It's losing frames, but it's about like 30 a second, which means I'm at 30 FPS. Not good. Yeah. Well, we'll give it a shot. Nah, no way. Look at that shit. 200 frames in 2 seconds, guys. That's crazy. It's jumping around that much. Okay. Well, let's give this a go. Okay? And I'll do it with you guys. So, I have the res all the way. I have everything. I have everything. It has nothing to do with that, Rob. Rob, you gotta learn how to live stream before you start giving me tips, okay? This has a lot to do with other things. And wow. They red barred me. I'm red. It's a red bar the whole way. God, it's so depressing. Yeah, not buffering, but it's not full either because I know. I could see it. And it's never like this. We already dropped over 2,000 frames. 27, 28% of all frames are dropped. So, it messes with my head, man. Because I'm only going 30 FPS. I'm not even going 60. So, like, when I see that, then I don't know if you guys are actually getting the full message of what we're saying. And it flashes my screen red. So, like, it tells me like a damn... if you guys have ever rated or played... Look at it. There it goes. Boom. Flashed. Completely. YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Yeah. So definitely going to be buffering right now. We already dropped over 3,000. It's a YouTube thing, Saucy. It's a connection between my OBS and YouTube, and I have the best stuff ever. So coincidences are a funny thing. Yeah. All right, so let's just get into the conversation, guys. So let's just do this. I'm going to do the best I can, okay? So welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. As you guys know, there are some big announcements coming for GameStop. Tomorrow, no, I will not be live streaming Ryan Cohen's interview tomorrow. Guys, the days of me live streaming during the day are gone, okay? I live stream at night and on the weekends when I can. But me following the market with you, talking about whatever's up to date, doing the earnings reports live when they come out, when they drop, when the news drops, all of that's gone. I'll never do it again anytime soon. Just because the contract I signed for what I'm doing now, unless I go into a consultant role solely, then I would have time. But as of now, I don't. But those are the conversations I'm having, which are fine. A Windows update could be running in the background. You guys are ridiculous. You guys, it has nothing to do with any of that. Okay? It's a connection issue via uploading and the internet when you broadcast via OBS to YouTube. I wish you guys knew. You guys should do it sometime. Go ahead and go live and see what it's like. So anyway, but back to you guys. So the big news, obviously, this weekend is the whole world's crashing, and Ryan Cohen is going to do an interview tomorrow with Charles Payne on Fox, and it'll be a live interview around noon, 11 or noon on a Monday. But everyone's trying to speculate and guess, and I just stupidly guess, I should say that, if that's even a way to frame it, what GameStop should do with their money and who they're going to partner with. Now, people come out and say the darnest things, so I want to dispute some things that were said because people haven't given it the fair share, like the fair shake that you need. One thing that I'm aware of is what Ryan says. He says things very particularly and very matter of fact. So there's a time where Ryan's like, hey, we're going to try to become profitable. We're going to cut up this business, and that's what we're going to do. Great. But this last week, when he did all these interviews with CNBC and the Wall Street Journal, he said, hey, guys, I'm looking to transform capital markets. That means doing a publicly traded company and or merging or taking control of. The idea of GameStop taking control of something, it's quite laughable because here's the thing. Everyone out here is unaware of how Ryan Cohen and GameStop and their partnership actually works. If you guys don't know about this, they have an agreement on how GameStop can invest their money and the rules of it all. Ryan Cohen can align his investments with GameStop's and vice versa. Ryan Cohen, I would say, arguably, has more cash than GameStop, net cash. Much more. And I only say it because GameStop probably has around like $5 billion. Ryan's probably good for 10. When you see about his $1 billion investment into Alibaba, his $2 billion investment worth of GameStop, and his more than 6 to 10, wherever it's at now, of Apple, considering the price of Apple. So, is it just me, or is the stream lagging a little bit? That'll ruin the whole damn stream for me as I'm talking. Fuck, man. It's so hard to concentrate. Like, the equivalent of this would be like if you were a singer and the audio's off and you can't hear yourself, or the band's off beat. And then, Mariah Carey goes crazy and she's like, what is this? Like, Mariah, why are you tripping, girl? I feel the same way right now. So, thanks, a Muslim man, for showing up late and saying what you say. So, anyway. And yeah, I'm aware that 43% of all the frames have been dropped, over 7,595. Audio is good, just the video lags. Audio, there's no issue. Yeah, no worry. So back to what I was saying. GameStop has ideally, I would say, double the cash you see in front of you. That's what GameStop has. because the leverage of Ryan Cohen's wealth, GameStop themselves, and Volition Capital, Larry Chang and the boys, everybody together, what do you think their worth is? Their net worth? Maybe it's closer to $20 billion of cash. I don't know how much it is. I just know this. You don't have to use any of it. You can borrow against it. You get to keep your whole nugget there, and you can leverage yourself into something and or merge and agree to things. But I've seen people go out here and start naming companies. And when they start naming companies, what they're not doing is the due diligence of what we call connect the dots. Now, there's a whole book on this, guys. You guys can order it. It's in the description of the video. It's a book that I wrote over the last 4.5 years about private equity and the leverage that they take onto companies and destroy them from the inside out. Now, every investment that you guys have been put in front of you, that has been put in front of you, literally is private equity. If it's AMC, if it's Bed Bath & Beyond, if it's Big Lots, if it's Academy Sports, as I was told today, if it was Kohl's, I don't care, Masellam or Mullen Automotive, every company that has been put in front of you as a publicly traded company that you should invest in, those are private equity investments. Every single one. And why? Because they own social media, they own the actual mass media, and they own all these YouTubers and TikTokers and Twitters and bots. They own everything. They monitor the information you consume, and they give it to you. They force feed it to you. YouTubers pop out of nowhere to talk about it, and it blows your mind. I was sitting here like I'm just like in the twilight zone because I'm saying to myself, how am I the only guy that can see that AMC's a fake and a fraud and a phony? To this day, 5 years later, I've got people right now tonight posting AMC GameStop, AMC would be a good investment, AMC, it's going to go to the moon, and short's going to get screwed. And it's like, how can you be so ignorant? We're sitting here telling you AMC is at a $5 billion float versus where they were just, I don't even know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It's diluted beyond anything you can see and you can imagine, and they were losing $1 billion a year essentially, and there's no recovery. There's no such thing. It's exactly what we said it was. It's a private equity dump, and they get to pump it all they want out of you. And how do they do it? Via tweets, via retweets, via likes and subscribes and all the bullshit. Why are all these guys that have ever promoted AMC, where are they? Isn't this the time? Where are they? They don't exist. It's not true. Everything you read, everything you believe is not true. Smoke and mirrors. Proved it. If you guys would like the breakdown, if you want to know what it's all about, how could you say this, Marantz? What do you know that we don't? Well, one, I know math. Probably you don't. But the amount of debt on that company and the retained losses versus gains are completely upside down. They could sell off every building. They could own everything. Somebody says there's some value there to unlock. That's what somebody told me. I'm going down the list, guys. Don't worry. We're not just going to stop at AMC. We're going to go everywhere. This is AMC. You go to financials. Oh, by the way, their market cap, 712. They lose $640 million. Absolute dog shit. And you don't get to restructure. You don't get to fix. You don't get to do anything because the playbook and connect the dots that I explained, the playbook is you have to pay off all your debt first. So unless these guys are filed for bankruptcy and GameStop plans to buy them out of bankruptcy, which good luck because I'll tell you who the bondholders are and I'll show you private equity won't let you walk away with it. They burned off all their cash. Remember when Adam Aaron used to brag about their $2 billion of a war chest? Yeah, $300 million. And they pay more than that in interest every year. So they don't have enough to survive 1 year. That's the problem. Total current assets, $619 million. Total assets, $8 billion. That's what everyone's talking about. Well, all the $8 billion, it's fake. It's goodwill of 2.5. You're looking at $4.6 billion. Wouldn't matter. You go to this thing all the way down at the bottom, and it's called tangible book value. Okay? Tangible book value of negative $8.43. This is something you would never touch on God's green earth. And it's only because they have an extended float per share. You know this new thing per share that they keep doing? It really would be something like negative $80 a share, negative $75 a share if you were back in the times of the rockets that launched. There's a very big problem here. They are upside down 4.3. Tangible book value means that if the company were to go bankrupt today and you sold off all their assets, what would the company be worth? Negative 4.3 billion. How do you find value in that? You can't eliminate that value until they file for bankruptcy. Oh, and they will. They will file for bankruptcy. Everybody keeps telling me they're not going to do it. They're nowhere near. They went from 50 million shares to 500 million. That's how much equity they've taken out of retail. The equity is 10x that they've taken away from retail, and you guys can pump it to the sky. Adam Aaron lies. That's it, and he can come see me. This is not an investment you make. It's not even close. And the fact that people out here want to talk about, well, they could fix it, they could repair it. Ryan Cohen said, we're going to accelerate. We're going to run at it. It is a hundreds of millions of dollars. This is not in the world of 100 billion. I'm so sorry. Hundreds of billions, several hundred billions. This is not it. This is not something you'd ever put on your sheet. And you know why? It's not just math. It's the whole part of connect the dots and private equity. It's because the board of directors at AMC are private equity. Adam Aaron, he is private equity. He is Apollo. And numerous other people that have come to that board, they all do the private equity swing. When you heard Ryan Cohen do his interview just a month ago or 2 months ago, and he started talking, it was actually 3 months ago, and he started talking about 2 and 20, private equity, executives just getting paid to be there. That's exactly what private equity is. They show up, they get their little pay, they take 300 grand home a year, and they just make bad decisions for the company while the other people are banking in. And we're talking about the bankruptcy people. So there's a whole connection here, and we know it to be true, and it's a matter of fact. And there's so many case studies out there, so Connect the Dots exploits that. But this has been happening for the last 50 years against retail, and it's via the Milken Institute, and it's via the Leon Black partnerships and everything else you see. So when you want to talk about the Epstein files, you guys want to talk about manipulation of markets and people and retail, it was all of this and the above. The same Drexel Burnham Lambert alumni lineage exists today. Drexel went under in 1990. They did all the fraud during the 80s. Nobody's paid for it. Not a single person. The dot-com bubble, ready to pop. Here we go. What happens? Nobody pays for it. Financial crisis, nobody pays. All they do is print money to just go ahead and push it out. Well, they better get that printer going. They better get it going. But right now, if you want a true reset and you want to find out just how valuable GameStop is, I'm at $1 trillion right now. I'm at $1 trillion. I'm at 10x whatever you think you might get out of 100 billion. No, I'm 10x beyond that. I think about all the fraud. I think about all the mishaps that have happened on Wall Street. And they're going to continue to happen, guys. And they're going to continue to happen until we hold as best we can. Now, no real assets on AMC. Not at all. Nobody has. It's not just them. It's anybody. Nobody has real assets. I give you another example. Somebody named me Kohl's. Okay. Let's see why it won't be Kohl's. Okay. Somebody asked me KSS, and they came out with it. And I have a whole belief system. If you guys don't know what Kohl's is, rather than just saying shit out loud, I would really appreciate people to do their homework, do some due diligence. I have been following Kohl's for 4 years religiously, since the days of them announcing that they were going to partner up with Sephora, and that cost them a $2 billion facelift. That's right. So when you look at them as a company, you have a market cap of $2 billion. You could buy all of Kohl's right now. They're worth a lot more than $2 billion. I get that. I do. They have revenue of $15 billion. They have net income of $195 million. They actually make money, but they're bleeding all their cash via dividend, and they don't care. They don't care because this is why the company's not giving any value. And I'm going to show you why. Because for some people out there on Wall Street, maybe there's some real Boy Scouts, they know that you can make all the money on the planet. Operating income is going to break even with all this losing on interest. Like I told you, the Sephora face print. But when at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, any dollars that come in on Kohl's, they make sure they suck it out of them. They make sure they get it out of them, and that's why the dividend is paid out the way it is, 12.5 cents a quarter, dropped down from the dollars, the $2 it used to be. It used to be a $2 dividend. Now it's a 50-cent dividend. So they dropped it from 2 to 50 cents. But here's the problem: balance sheet. When you go look at the balance sheet, they carry zero cash. Thank you. They carry zero cash, and all they are is inventory heavy. Heavy inventory every time. 3 billion, 6 billion. But they sell 15 billion, 20 billion dollars worth of merchandise. Awesome assets, all in the plants, all in the buildings themselves. So what does that mean? You're going to sell off the buildings, get cash, and lease them back and bleed yourself dry again. That's what will happen here at Kohl's. The other company that did this, that had a lot of plant and property and equipment, was Big Lots. The same thing. Massive footprint. And the problem was, you can't get in. You think you're going to get into Kohl's and take this? This debt right here is the $2 billion. Previously, $2 billion. Then they went ahead and paid it off, and you think, oh, they're getting at it, and it went right back up. What are we doing that we have to do it twice? Why are we messing up twice? Because when you go in here and you see net cash, they're upside down $6.5 billion. Remember, I told you what they do with their cash. Their tangible book value is almost like GameStop, where you have this book value, and yet you're trading at less than. You're 2x off of it. Kohl's is a good investment if you want to go fix it, okay? But here's my problem with fixing something. It's the same people that managed Bed Bath & Beyond. So if Ryan can go get all of the profit off of the books, I don't need to pair up and say, oh, it's GameStop and Kohl's, and they're going to be this super company. No. Just implement your blueprint on how to maximize value, and you're going to get it out of that company. You're going to be able to cut it all up, sell off all that property, chop down all the stores you don't want, make them nimble, make them great. That's just one target. But here's the real problem. It looks good on paper. It looks like it's a great target for you to get. No, it's more than that. Private equity's already there. Legion Partners, Macellum, and Cura, the same people that ran Big Lots to the ground and Bed Bath & Beyond to the ground. The exact same people. Jonathan Duskin and all the board of directors. So before you get in there and realize what it is and how you're going to overtake it, they're asleep at the wheel, as Ryan has said. Good luck. Good luck doing a proxy battle, fighting it out. Now, could we accelerate it? Absolutely. You know why? Because it's never been done before. It's all of us. What if it's all of us? What if it's every single investor here says, you know what? We got Kohl's at a cheap rate. We're going to go take them out. Boom, here we go. But someone wants to get paid on that. Someone's already there. The hardest part about doing proxies and fighting for your people to get on board of directors, you got to buy somebody out to get there. So I'm not writing off all these things, these investment ideas that people gave and said, well, this is what it is. No, I'm just letting you know it's more than that. It's more than just numbers. It's more than just, hey, math. There's some profit to be made, and here we are. No, the truth of it is you're going to have to fight, and the fight's going to be tough. The fight's going to be really long. So that's where you're at on that. Anyone getting bad lag? Yeah, everybody's getting bad lag. Okay. Now, let me show you something. You guys, if you guys don't know this story, I'll tell you the story first. So back in the 2018, 2019, 2020, a lot of these guys all like to take credit for Roy and Kitty and Keith Gill and his investment prowess for GameStop, where he saw that's what he wanted to invest in. And then there's some people out there in this world like Domo Capital and Woke Capital, which would be Rod Altsman, Joe Fonicello, and some other guys. Okay. All guys who rode GameStop to the top, sold it off when it was a rocket, and made all these millions of dollars, allegedly, did all these movies, documentaries about it, how they made so much money, and now, shocker, all of their investments are trash. Rod Altsman gave an investment into Playboy that amounted to $0 and a loss of 7 figures for him and his investors. And allegedly, I don't know if it's all factual there, but it's very close because they're trash. Complete trash. They try to leverage their GameStop following and position to tell you, hey, we have all this. This is what you should be buying. You should be buying Playboy. Ryan Cohen's going to buy Playboy. I mean, they went out and did all this, okay? And so I'm not a believer in all these people that come out of the woodwork now that it's the fashionable thing to do. It's the fad, right? GameStop. Oh, my God, it's going to the moon. Good. I hope it is. And I hope you guys figured it out. But if you're here now, be here now. And if you're here, then pay attention to what's around you. And what's around you is a bunch of lies. And they're still manipulating the info because everyone's talking about partnerships coming and here's what they're going to buy. No, who's talking Bed Bath & Beyond is killing me. These guys, this is what it means. And, what's his name? Lottery Stocks? Is that his name? Lottery Stocks just did a video yesterday or today. And he said, everybody needs to follow Jake to be. And he's got good info, factual info, blah, blah. I was just like, who the fuck are you, Lottery Stocks, again? This guy, Jake to be, is a fake and a phony. And that's not alleged. We're talking about Jake to be. Show me your position and show me how you lost all your money in Bed Bath & Beyond and how you told the whole world with you and PB Seeds that it was going to do something it can't do and that it's not going to do. Even today, it's not going to do it. GameStop is doing something different, so out of the box that I need people to buy in on this. Stop trying to say what they're going to do. Making videos and going live and saying, here's what I think they're going to do. Who gives a what they do? I don't care. I don't care what you think. I care about what Ryan's actually doing. That's how you go about it. So I'm making you very aware. Ryan's finally talking. He's finally getting in front of it. And everyone's trying to put their info out there and their ideas. And you know why? Because a lot of these guys are liars. A lot of these guys, they don't even understand that it's not even a possibility what they're asking for, nor is it business savvy. But I'll give you something about Joe Fonticello. If you guys don't know who he is, his handle is Toast, and I give it a Toast. And I wrote to him today in a DM, and he's invited me before to the live streams. They used to do Spaces calls on Twitter, him and Rod, and they wanted opposing views or they wanted a GameStop, elitist to talk about it during a stream once, and he's like, hey, Marantz, we're going to do this live stream on earnings. Can you join us? And I was like, sure, I will. And then it went live, and I just said, I don't like Rod. So I didn't go. That's just it. I'm loyal to who I am. And I don't need a view or a click or anything because I'm not here for that. I'm here for the education. I'm here to pass on the info that no one's giving. The truth. The truth is tough to come by these days. Because you won't get views, you won't get hugs and handshakes and hellos. The more you get looked at and say, why are you exposing this? Why are you talking about this? Like, there's a reason why Jay-Z's out of the country right now. Yeah, Epstein files dropped. And what did the Epstein files do? I don't know if you guys read the Epstein files lately, the newest ones that just came out. All it did was confirm that connect the dots is 100% fact. Everything that I've ever reported on in the last 5 years. Hey, all you haters out there that say I've been wrong for 5 years, watch me. Watch me again and keep watching the videos. I've been right for 5 years. It's one of those things. Overnight success. No one's really an overnight success. They've been waiting for their moment. I've been waiting for this moment. I really have. I've been waiting for this moment to tell everyone I told you so. And GameStop is not just a catalyst for a short squeeze. It's a catalyst to be the one company that's going to dominate the market for the rest of your life. And what are the chances that we got in at the ground level? What are the chances we got in 5 years before it ever happened, before anyone ever else got the heads up? That's why I tell you it's a $1 trillion company. Because the FOMO, the manipulation, all of that, put that all in a box, throw it on with it. It's just sprinkling, it's seasoning. The truth of it all is you had people like Joe Fonticello who actually work for GameStop now. He left Rod Altsman and Woke Capital, and he came over to GameStop, and he's their internet guy. Joe. Here's what Joe posted tonight.
It's never been done before. It's going to need planning and a large crew. What's the target? It's never been done before. It's going to need planning and a large crew. What's the target?
Yeah. Hey, Joe. Just tell me where to go. I got you. And I got a large crew. We all do. We're going to walk up that mountain. Whatever GameStop touches, whatever Ryan touches, we're all going to go touch. And we're going to make sure that we do this together. And I know, not allowed to say shit like this. We can't do it all together. We can't manipulate markets. It's not what I'm saying to you. I'm just letting you know that there's a real following out here, a true belief in what GameStop does. And us GameStop investors that have been there since day one, we're not going anywhere. So I'm with you, Joe, 100%. Thank you for the post. Additionally, this post came out on Twitter today, a couple of hours ago, 3 hours ago. Satoshi era whale just sold all his Bitcoin after 15 years of holding. Someone dumped $850 billion worth of Bitcoin just about 3 hours ago. All right, so Bitcoin's crashing. Gold's crashing. Silver's crashing. Banks are flipping. It's everything you want it to happen. Everything you want to happen is happening. And what do I say want to happen? Because the collateral of markets, the collateral of GameStop is the market. We learned that 5 years ago. 1 trillion gives you about 2,300 a share. 1 trillion gives you about 2,300 a share. Yeah, I'll be okay. Thanks. Chris from Germany says, you have always been right, and I knew about Epstein a long time ago, but guess what? Nobody believed me. Now they get to face reality. This is going to be the biggest I told you so ever. Yeah. Not going to officially say that the stream rotten to the core diabolic. That Epstein rotten to the core diabolic. Oh, you can officially say that now? It took you this long? No, not me. So, what's the target? I don't care. I didn't come on tonight to talk about who's the target, what's the target. What I want to tell you is this. I'm showing you why certain things are not worth buying. You know, like I'm going to give you another example. I'm going to show you something. I named something earlier this week. I said I think they should entertain the idea of an eBay acquisition. And eBay currently is traded at one of the highest rates it's ever traded. But here's the best part about something like eBay, okay? eBay, the company, while you see it here, is driven mostly off of goodwill. You don't get real value off of goodwill. But eBay has $5 billion of debt. So unless you're willing to come in and buy that debt and carry that debt and merge with it, you're looking at zero cash and a tangible book value of zero. Okay? Meaning, if you sold everything off on eBay, they'd be worth 50 cents a share. So where is your power? Where do you get to leverage? You don't get to leverage. You don't get to stand your ground. This is a very big problem. Very big problem for some companies, because if you're at 50 cents a share, tangible book value, and your float on shares outstanding is 452 million, that means you have a net value of $250 million, $225 million on eBay. Think about how small of a number that is, guys. Now all you have to do is get very creative on how you want to extract that value away from their leadership. Leadership just needs to get paid and made whole. No one's trying to hang on to something because they're already stretched so far. That is a phenomenal thing for a company to have value of $220 million on the actual tangible book value, yet their market cap is 40 billion. There's some real discussion here on leverage and on teams and leadership that have leveraged themselves out of their investments. So the target is the target. Yeah. What about Steam? Seems the most obvious target to me. Yeah, if you're oblivious. If you're oblivious. You know, Steam has a parent company called Valve, and all of these idiots out here, like I saw 3 dumb idiots try to brainstorm off of this. Why? Where is it that changes capital markets? Where is it that transformation would make GameStop worth several hundred billion? None of that. That's what you kids keep talking about. You guys are so stuck in the world of gaming. This is what we do. We're gamers. No, this is a tech company. This is a revolutionary changing tech e-commerce company. It's not a gaming company. We sell 1/5 of our revenue is games. We got to stop the bullshit. It's not. I don't even think people understand. You guys are wrapping your head around the wrong thing. Okay, I'll say it to you this way. Okay. Do you remember a post from Larry Chang about an iceberg? I want you guys to hear me, okay? He said real leadership teams run efficiently and inspire and do all the good stuff up here. And the 10% that you see, it's the other 90% that you don't get to see. And that 90% is dreaming big. Dreaming so big. That's why I'm telling you it's revolutionary. That's why I'm telling you it's going to change markets. It's going to be GameStop Collectors Exchange. It's not going to be what you think. We get to buy video games digitally. There's going to be a day where GameStop used to sell video games. You guys just aren't thinking big enough, man. Oh, Newegg. That's not big enough. You're not understanding. And then for all the other idiots, where they're like, well, they only have $9 billion. The hammer is here. $9 billion is just a leverage play. It's not even a cash play. It's a collateral play. It's a hey, let me borrow. You think Ryan Cohen has diminished his, do you guys even know how to create wealth and manage your wealth? I don't even know who I'm talking to half the time. I tell you guys shit from years ago, it's like you forgot it, and I assume you still got it. You still understand it. What do we talk about? Wealth. Well, you get a lot big. All of you are about to be millionaires, okay? Shocker. News alert. A big handful of you guys are going to be millionaires overnight with GameStop. Yes, you. Do me a favor. Leverage your position. I.e., borrow against it through capital gains with the corporation so you don't have to pay taxes totally on it, on your gains itself. Take a line of credit out. Pay it back to yourself tax-free. I don't know how to tell you this. Go hire an accountant, man. But I'm telling you what GameStop's doing. You give them cash, you just put cash into the black hole. You think they're trying to give the cash away? Less than 100 likes, and we have 300 people watching. Yeah. I think Ryan Cohen's about to be the richest man on the planet. I'm telling you, it's not hard to do. Who's the richest man on the planet? And don't say Elon Musk, because he's not. You think he is. Remember, the leverage of your wealth is just whatever the stock price is today. Oh, he's worth this much because he owns this many shares of this company. So, that could change tomorrow. Let you be leveraged up against GameStop. You're going to owe me something. It's a good place to be for GameStop. Think about it casually. The casual investor's not even understanding what was just done a month ago. Hey, earth to everybody. Ryan Cohen got a pay package of potentially $35 billion. Do I have to say it again? You got a pay package of potentially $35 billion. Meaning, how much is GameStop worth? Whoa. How much is Ken Griffin worth? Let's take all of the bros. How much is Leon Black worth? $27 billion, $32 billion. Oh, wait a minute. You mean to tell me a private equity bro by the name of Ryan Cohen, venture capitalist, is about to be worth more than Apollo's bigwigs, more than Carlisle's bigwigs, anybody at the top of Blackstone. You mean to tell me Ryan's going to be in the league of a few, the proud, the real rich people on Wall Street? Not Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. Guys who, if they actually sold their positions to get the value out of it, would tank their stocks. Nah. Not understanding wealth. That's the problem. And the other part is, you're not dreaming big enough. I just showed you the value of eBay at a net positive 50 cents a share. How do you leverage? How do you get on the other side of that? How do you control the bonds on that? Restructure it. Leverage. Their leverage is $5 billion to get them out of their spot. Hello? How much GameStop cash do we have? It's only $5 billion, guys. Oh, you think you got to buy the whole thing? Good. Who owns the whole thing? Oh, no? Not that management team. Those liens? $5 billion. How do you restructure? How do you do it? Do it with leverage. Who finished the book? 51s. I'm in the chat if you did. 51. You guys already finished the book? You guys finished Connect the Dots? Good job. It was an easy read. It's good. See what they say? See, Powerhouse, you got to open up your mind. It's not eBay sucks, $5 billion in debt. You're not thinking. You're not thinking it right. Stop thinking like a consumer. Stop thinking like you. You are in a financial powerhouse position to leverage anyone and anything. You know why? You have cash, and your cash is covenant free. Your cash is able to deploy like no one else. Show me another company with the cash that GameStop has, and then I'll show you the bylaws that exclude it from being as flexible as GameStop. We are so different. We are so cash rich. People cannot fathom. They can't. They think $10 billion is just like, that's anything. Anybody could do that. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Try it. You could announce, oh, I got commitments. I'm letting you know what happens to your company when you try to raise cash and you're not an S&P 500 company. Are you kidding? GameStop's not an S&P? Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe we're sitting on the outside looking in on purpose. You gotta start thinking, guys. Because when this shit happens, here's what all of you are like glossing over and not even paying attention to. Everyone today is talking hundreds of billions of dollars. Everyone is talking hundreds of billions. Because it's been brought up, it's the pay package, it's the value, there's something that's happening here off the books. You know what's wild? GameStop is literally like $15 billion away from S&P 500 eligibility. You guys even know what that means? The inclusion, the allotment, the index funds that trade off of that. How many shares they would have to deliver, price discovery, everyone comes in. That's what's just being passed out. They're like, man, S&P 500? No, who cares, man? Ryan's going to be worth $100 billion, $200 billion. No, it's a problem because they're leveraging that S&P against us. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes for the last 5 years as I've seen GameStop go down and sideways while the whole market goes up. Hedge the whole market. Love the book. Learned so much I didn't know. There you go. Thank you guys for finishing the book. I appreciate you guys. A lot of you guys bought the book. I mean, damn. Somebody bought like 7 copies the other day. I was like, oh, good job. Description of the video is called Connect the Dots. It's a GameStop book. It's a book that tells you why GameStop's so successful and why it's going to win. And you know what's the best part about it? Everything that's happening right now, is said in the book. So maybe I'm just like, I don't know, Nostradamus, or we just got really lucky, I guess. I've been really lucky for like 5 years, guys. Every investment I said was going to go to shit is going to shit. Every investment I told you was private equity and it was leveraging markets, did exactly that. And I leveraged retail investors out of their positions. I have the Discord that I'm in right now. I'm in the Discord channel. I'm going to repost it for you guys. I forgot that I didn't on the second stream, but I'm going to repost it for you right now. Paste. Click. I'll read your question right now or your comment. There you go. Click the link, join the show. You're good. All right, pin. Okay, Marantz, maybe I misunderstood you wrong. I thought eBay would not be worth investing in because of their debt. My apologies. Yeah, see, you're looking at things for the value of what they cost you. You're not looking at how you acquire them. That's what I'm telling you. You see, the leverage of their debt is how you acquire it. It's like blackmail. You get to go in there and say, okay, listen, you have these debt, you have this maturity, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to invest this. How can I extract this value out of you? And certainly if they're asleep at the wheel where they have a tangible book value of only 50 cents a share, well, it's going to be an easy leverage play. And here's why. You could give it $5 billion. You really could. It could be an infusion. But you get to control the 40 billion market cap. And then you get to take that to the next level. Redesign websites, launch a GameStop collector's exchange, use the back end of PSA, the vault, GameStop, the front end of eBay. A lot of things you get to do. But that's just one idea. It's not even the fact that it's going to happen. I'm not like that. I'm just waiting for Ryan to tell me how great it's going to be. Now, in the Discord, we have somebody here off the link. Oh, and they left. So there you go. Did me a favor. But you're more than welcome to join the show. If you have any questions, I'll talk it out with you. If you guys have any comments or you decide anything you want to do, it's going to go in the Finance Bible. You're a prophet, General. Thank you, Fishy. I appreciate that, man. You know, the book is, it's on point. Fishy in the house. Thank you so much. Thoughts on Kevin Marsh? The Fed Reserve Chair, go. Well, I understand that his wife is Jane Lauder from Estee Lauder. And if you know who her grandfather is and her grandmother and the origins of them and their parents and the committees they've been in charge of, it's all private equity. It's influenced like you've never seen anything in your life. So if you don't think that he'll be influenced by his wife, well, then maybe you're just oblivious to the way married couples work. That's one. But Kevin himself has come from, I believe he's Morgan Stanley, 7 years, and his partnerships with Wall Street. So, yeah, you know, people mischaracterize his quote in his comment where he said, let it all burn down and a phoenix will rise from it all. No, he said Republicans would like you to think that to be the truth. He's not going to let anything burn down. They're going to continue to do what they've been doing. They're going to do the bidding of the administration, and this kid's young enough and dumb enough to get influenced, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what's about to happen to us. But with the disguise of a government shutdown as of today, and then you'll have no reports. You won't have an employment report. You won't have a PPI. You won't have a CPI. You won't have any data to go off of. And then what do you do as a Fed chair if you're Jerome Powell? You fall down on your own sword. And so you got to you got to limp out of here and get blamed for it all, because that's basically what they're going to do. They're going to blame him for the crash of it all. But I don't believe that that Trump would put any. See, here's the thing, too. I want to tell you guys something about Donald Trump. And I don't know if you guys figured this out about him. He has put numerous people in power positions that are very young in age. Okay? And it's a manipulative thing to do. When you're putting someone that doesn't have as much experience as most and that is extremely influential, and they have this ownership, like Bill Pulte clearly was not qualified to be in the position. He's 30-something years old at the time, and he has no experience other than working for his own companies that his family owned. And even then, if you were going to own something or do something, you're just a spoon-fed silver spoon kid. That doesn't mean that you know capital markets and you should be in charge of housing. We knew that, but we knew that he was a Twitter philanthropist. We knew that he was an Elliott boy, and he's pushed for private equity, period, for the last 10 years. And how does he end up on this show? How does he do an interview with me? We'll never know. What made it happen? I didn't go seek it. He seeked it. Why did he want to come in front of you and tell you? Why did he want to go in front of Bed Bath & Beyond crew and tell them what he told them and do meet and greets and invite me to go meet with him and Vivek? And I don't want to meet Vivek Vinswamy. I don't want to meet, who's this other guy, the big kid, Ian Carroll. I don't want to meet any of these guys. And definitely not PP seats. I don't associate myself with losers. Whole crew of losers, guys. These are all people that don't amount to anything without this camera. So they don't have a skill in life. The Last Rowan, what's going on, Last Rowan? What you got going on?
Hello, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect.
Thank you for taking my question. I was wondering, would you prefer if Ryan Cohen kept on, stacking cash instead of deploying it right now or, in near term, in near future?
I don't understand what you're saying.
GameStop is right now is a profitable company, and would you prefer if Ryan Cohen just waited a little bit longer instead of just acting right now?
Where are you from?
Armenia.
Are you from Armenia? So this is like your
Yeah.
natural cadence, the way you talk?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's really it sounds like it's controlled to the point where you're faking on sounding who you are. I'm just telling you how you sound to me.
Yeah, I have a weird accent.
Well, it's not coming out.
Uh, um,
Yeah.
I don't know what you like. This is how I talk, so.
Good. So then it's not a weird accent. It's just the way you talk. But I'm saying the cadence doesn't sound sincere. There's a way that people communicate when they talk. And
If I'm being honest, I don't even know what cadence means.
okay, that's good because I don't think you're being honest. But anyway, back to you and your question. So when it comes to GameStop, no one has said that GameStop is going to deploy their cash. So where were you coming out with that?
I read the Wall Street Journal article. Ryan Cohen was telling the journalist that he will deploy the cash.
So you know what you sound like when you try to act. You don't sound like you're acting too well. Like you need more practice with the stutter and all that. That you need more of that. But anyway, back to the point you were trying to make. Yeah, he didn't say that he was going to deploy cash. He says that they were looking to acquire something. And so how do you acquire things? You think you just buy them out? Cash? Is that what you think?
I mean, he could use cash, but also, I mean, he could do all-in stock merger. But is it really what he's going to do?
We don't know what he's going to do. He's going to do something that's never been done before. That's the first thing. Second thing, being creative with financing is our bread and butter. If you haven't noticed, there's been 2 bond offerings. There's been a warrant offering. There's been 3 other share offerings, ATMs. So that's at the market. So yeah, I don't know how he's going to deploy cash, if at all. But look at his own cash pile. He changed his shares from one broker to the next. He moved Bitcoin from one section to the next. There's a whole leverage play, as in if I leverage all of these assets, do I actually use the cash, or do I keep that cash growing and I make payments on the leverage?
So okay, he has different options, but the thing is does he have enough time to wait, or should he wait, before acting I don't know, before acquiring or maybe investing in another company?
Okay. I think two things. I think Ryan Cohen already has the investment lined up. Now, some people would say, well, that's manipulative and that's illegal. But I would say it to the way of he already has backers, financial backing. Because what we haven't limited is the idea that GameStop could issue more bonds. So you issue bonds, convertible notes on agreements, and then what do you know? That's your leverage. And yeah, shareholders, we're going to get diluted. We're going to get this. No, you're not. You're going to find some real value. You're going to have price discovery value. You're going to have something new to look at. But we just haven't exercised or thought or theorized every possible acquisition tool that GameStop has at their disposal. A lot of people speculate because they don't know how to do the financing. It's just a cash deployment. And is he doing it at the right time? Absolutely. You know what? I'll tell you why I say it's absolutely the right time. Because what time is it best to buy a home? Like when? Whenever. This is God's honest truth. If you've ever procrastinated on buying a home, you're going to wish you would have bought it earlier because you said, man, I could have already been so deep into it equity-wise. Doesn't matter. The market will recover. It'll get better. We'll figure it out. But there's those people who hit the home run on the home. And they go, man, I hit the home run. I bought it at the right time. The market was down. Crash. I bought it during the last cycle when it crashed down. I bought it for pennies on the dollar. And you would think some of those guys are great. And guess what? They're not. You know why they're not? Because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, they're going to take out a second mortgage on their home. Or they're going to go ahead and refinance that same deal. Or they're going to try to extract some cash with a HELOC. They're going to do something stupid. And that's what I'm telling you. GameStop has done everything correct for 5 years. They haven't done a single thing that I wouldn't do financially. So they're doing the best for you as a shareholder. So is it the right thing to do, the right timing, all of that? Absolutely. Why? Because I don't second guess what Ryan does. I back him.
I wouldn't say like GameStop did everything correct in the past few years, like considering like the fact that they purchased Bitcoin or the NFT thing. But yeah, I would say that Ryan Cohen is doing a good job.
Okay, so what was the wrong thing with Ryan Cohen and the NFT thing?
I mean, he tried to follow the trend.
Hold on, Ryan
I
Cohen
don't
wasn't
really
even the
believe
CEO.
that's right.
Yeah.
Wait, he wasn't?
No, he didn't become CEO until September 28th of 2024.
But again, I mean, you said GameStop did not make any mistakes, so okay, he might not like
Was it 23 or
might not be the
24?
case that
It might have been
he
23.
might
It was
not have
23.
been
I'm
the
so
CEO.
sorry. It's 2023. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. Yeah, no mistakes, bro. Not by him. Not on the
Yeah,
financial
I
front.
mean, yeah, if you say by him, then I agree. I think he executed pretty well. But again, I think I'm not really bullish on collectibles market overall.
Why not?
I think it's cyclical. I mean, when I see like people scalping and
Mm-hmm.
grown people literally like trying to steal like cards, I think that has to be there has to be some cyclicality involved with it. But I think
Hey,
if
let me ask
he,
you something. Let me ask you, how well do you think cocaine does?
I mean, yeah, it should be doing good.
Cocaine does well, right? And
Yeah.
any other drugs out there in this world, do they do really good? And people steal and they upsell and the rates go crazy. It's all based off of availability. How much can I get? How many ounces can I get tonight? Whatever it may be. I want a party. Okay, cool. So, have you ever seen a family that's trying to get Pokemon cards and they can't? They're looking
I do,
everywhere
yeah.
and they're like they're
Yeah.
just they're scratching and they're like, man, I need some more Pokemon cards, man. I can't find them anywhere. You know what they do? They pay any price. So
I
I don't
yeah.
understand your idea that it's so bad. It's
I
a
I mean
company
I
selling
understand
cards. Somebody has to sell them.
that's true, but again, I mean, like I understand the analogy, but for drugs, they're addictive. For Pokemon cards, you could argue that they're addictive, but the thing is, the price depends on, the demand and, the amount that uh, they are
Hey,
producing.
don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, don't do it. You're 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 um you're making my point for me. Don't do it. You sound really dumb right now. So anyway, we'll go back to it. GameStop sells a product that obviously the whole world wants, which is cool. Not everybody can sell it. Happens to be the number one franchise product in the world for media. So bigger than Star Wars, bigger than Hello Kitty, all of it combined. Bigger than DC and Marvel. Pokemon's the biggest brand in the world, $200 billion a year. So to have a portion of that pie, phenomenal. But GameStop became profitable off of all the collectibles. For you to say you're not bullish on collectibles, then you've ignored GameStop's balance sheet and income statements for the last 3 years? That's ridiculous. They had $1 billion swing profit.
I I know they're making a lot of money from collectibles, but I'm not sure if they will be making a lot of
Okay, how
money in
old
the
are you?
future. 24.
The fuck off the line, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I can't with you. Get the shit out of here. I'm 24. Yeah, you know what, bro? When I was growing up, we used to listen to this DJ on the radio, right? He's on 92.3 The Beat. His name was Theo. And Theo was, all right, ladies, how y'all doing out there? All right now, play you the next track. It's High Five. The Kissing Game. That's it. I like the way. And you know what happened? Theo got invited because he had the most. Everybody loved his voice, silky smooth, and so he got invited to MTV to be a little DJ, a VJ, video disc jockey, whatever. And then when they found him, a little Filipino dude with this deep ass voice, trying to look all silky smooth, but he ain't black. What? What happened? Bro, you coming out here
Okay.
trying to talk like you're sophisticated, silky smooth. Hi, I'm from Armenia. Blah, 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 blah. I know markets, I know retail, I know value. This shit out of you. You can't even wipe your ass. You're 24. What the hell, kid? Go, I don't even know. Go play like Forza 5 or something. This is crazy talk right now. How are you not bullish on
Mm.
you know why you're not bullish on collectibles? Because you don't collect shit. You haven't collected anything yet. We're over here
I
nostalgic. By the way, we're the ones with the money, okay? The ones, the 40 and 50-year-olds, the guys who have all the money right now in the world that work hard, go to work, they have kids, they want to show their kids what they grew up with. So they go, okay, I got a little Pokemon card, I got some Super Nintendo games, I got some Nintendo 5, Nintendo PlayStation 5 and 4s, I got Switch, I got Super Nintendo, I got Nintendo. Yeah, hey, I grew up with this shit. Oh, collectibles are worth nothing. I'm skeptical on it. I don't even know. What are you gonna buy when you get old? When you turn 40, you can do. I pray to God you don't ever have kids. You can walk up and be like, "Hey guys, so this is what we used to play with when we were growing up."
Do you know Beyblade?
Oh yeah, you're the guy walking around with the damn arena and a Beyblade. Oh, here, let me pull it out real quick. Hold on. That's what you think is gonna be. Well, show me the market for that. This guy. Well, I don't think collectibles gonna work. Pokemon's only been around for 35 years, 30 years, 30th anniversary this year. 30-year fad. 30-year, it might not work. 200 billion a year. Hey, put some logic behind it. Man, you had
I
me at hi.
Look, we could discuss the value of collectibles or other things. I mean, at the end of the day, Bitcoin does not have any value either. It's
Oh,
just,
oh,
digital coins, but
oh,
people are paying a lot for it. And
oh.
you seem to be thinking that in the future people will keep paying like a lot of money for literal cartoons printed on like
Oh,
cheap paper.
yeah.
I mean, we could discuss that, but
Could we?
you know,
Could we?
What?
Could we?
We should if we are going
Okay,
to.
let's have the discussion then. So, pieces of art.
I wouldn't call that art.
No, what would you call it?
They just printed in factories or whatever they.
Yeah, and then
I
they
mean, it's
send it
just
out
mass
to who to
printed.
get authenticated and protected and graded and sequential numbers. So this is a non-duplicative thing. This has its own serial number, individual piece of art. I get to collect them.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
art.
No? What do you give value to? What's valuable to you?
I mean, when you think about it, it's like if nobody is willing to purchase a
Dude,
collectible
what the hell?
card,
What world
then
do you live in, man? We just all decided one day that gold is going to be worth something, silver is going to be worth something. The barter system came into effect. You know what? The antique roadshow is full of shit. Anybody who's selling antiques is full of shit. I don't care how old that shit is. I don't care that a Mickey Mantle card is 100 years old and it documents a pastime of this country. That's what that is. A document of, here's a collection of, I got it from a Wheaties box, whatever you got it from, I don't care. But the nostalgic thing, the collector item, is deemed valuable because people give it value. The only reason why Bitcoin has value, because they all decided to give it value when the banks rolled in. So now the whole world's rolled in on this, and you're going to be oblivious. So what are we going to say? Shoes are not valuable. Watches are not valuable. Where do you draw the line?
yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I cannot draw the line, or I cannot predict what's gonna happen for certain. But
Shocker, no one's asking a 24-year-old for his opinion on where to draw the line.
logically, I mean, I would expect this frenzy to at least, I guess, decrease
You called it a
to
frenzy?
an extent.
You know what's a frenzy? I
What?
did it. Hacky sacks. No, rollerblades, beanie babies, pogs. We can keep going.
Why though?
That's my point. Those are frenzies. This thing's been around for 30 years plus. Tremendous value, $200 billion annually in retail sales. And you're going to tell me what? It's a fad?
Look, I know that, it existed for, 20, 30 years, whatever. But the thing is, I don't think like at any stage of this thing, people were stealing cards and, like 50, 60-year-old men like trying to steal cards.
What does that have to do with
I mean,
anything?
it just shows like how, the
What?
demand is like the
Yeah.
aggressiveness of the demand.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Were you? Oh, I'm so sorry. You weren't away. You weren't alive during the gold rush. My bad, bro. The gold rush. Are you familiar with the gold rush? 1849, 1860s? No, I wasn't there either, but I heard about
I
it.
was.
Yeah, people killing each other. You want to know what happened? There was this guy, this smart man. He goes, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and set up a saloon right outside the mine. And I'm going to put women and liquor in there. And guess what's going to happen? All those people that are making all this money from the gold that they're digging out, they're going to come spend it and give it to me. I don't have to go dig a single hole. I found a way to get the commodity, the scarce commodity. And it's just a fad. It's just a gold rush. You speak ignorance like I've never heard in my life. What happens? What happens 20 years from now? What happens 100 years from now? I can tell you this because you haven't lived long enough, but you will, that anything you own from 100 years ago has value. Anything that's out there in this world from 200 years ago has value. Go to your local pawn shop, man. Go somewhere. Pokemon's a fad?
Is your assumption that, are you assuming that this thing will continue or maybe even increase?
Absolutely. Increase. How old is Disney?
Probably like 100 years old.
Not even close. Not even close to 100 years old. But that's okay. You have ignorance on it. But let's just say Disney's 80 to 90 years old, Mickey Mouse brand, all this stuff, right? That doesn't even have 1/5 the value that Pokemon does. Yet it's still around for 100 years, as you called it. Do you
Is it
understand?
like I try to understand, but can we really compare Disney with? I'm not
Absolutely not. We
bullish on
can't.
Disney
Absolutely
either.
not. We can't because Disney's only about a brand of Mickey Mouse, probably worth about $30 billion. And you're going to tell me the whole Disney company's probably worth, I don't know. I'm going to go with like 100 billion. We could go look it up right now. It wouldn't matter. Pokemon does $200 billion of revenue a year. Like, are
That's
you
true.
understanding how big it
Yo,
is?
Marantz, chill the fuck out, bro.
Yo, hold on. Who came into my chat right now?
And Disney is 102 years old.
Oh yeah, but not Mickey Mouse the brand. Not all of it. The whole fucking Disney, the Disneyland, all
That's
that
not
shit.
what he said, bro.
That's
That's
what I
not what he
said.
said. Stop
Is
being an
this Jay?
asshole.
Who's
You're
talking
just
right
like
now? Jay?
PP.
Okay.
You're
Sorry,
a fucking grifter too,
okay.
bro.
Cool. Man, it's hard. It's hard to do this. They infiltrate the chat, and then you got to put them in their place for a second. Jay Styles, that's who that was. Yeah. Bye, Jay Styles. We'll see you around, bro. Meow, what's going on, bro? How you
Love
doing?
you,
I
Marantz.
see you.
Mate.
Oh, you took off on me. That's cool. All right, back to you, the last Ronin. 24 years old. You're going to tell me value.
I mean, the indications are there.
What indications?
Again, the indications that hype cycles tend
Hype
to
cycles.
go. I mean,
You're calling
you-
Pokemon a hype cycle?
I am.
Damn, you know what? Samsung and these damn iPhones, these Android phones, this is a hype cycle. This is some bullshit. This is like a VCR, man. Be obsolete soon enough. You shouldn't invest money into it either or give it value. It's all bullshit.
I have a question for you, Marantz.
I have an answer. Go ahead.
Pokemon's not going anywhere, and neither are graded cards.
Correct.
Do you think that? So Ryan Cohen said he's gonna. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Marantz?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear him clear as day. Hey,
We hear you.
Yeah, you can tell him we can hear him fine. You know what's crazy too? I got something for this guy real quick. Mr. Albania. Are you
Pokemon is not a hype cycle.
Oh, we know that. But here's my thing. Last Ronin. Where are you? You say you're from Albania?
Armenia.
Armenia. I didn't know the difference. But where do you live?
In Armenia.
You live in Armenia. So you have no clue as to what culturally exists here in America?
I mean, I guess the things that I see from the internet, like that's just it. Yeah, if you consider that no clue, then that's right.
That's right. That's right. Can you go in Albania or Armenia, wherever you're from? Can you go there and go shopping at GameStop?
I can't. There's no GameStop in Armenia.
That was my point. Make my point for me, dude.
I mean, you don't need to see it personally. Like, are you just gonna?
How in the
I don't
hell
know.
do you say this out loud?
I apologize. I was behind your live stream, so I couldn't hear myself talk. But yeah, Pokemon's not going anywhere. I mean, on the collectors, on the power packs, we have baseball, basketball, football, that. So I mean,
Yeah, I know. Forrest Wagner card is only worth like I don't know, like $10 million, but it's cool. This guy.
I don't know if you heard my question. I think I stopped. But so since Ryan Cohen he's talking about buying a publicly traded company, you think there's still a possibility he might buy PSA too?
Yeah, I already have that under my belt. But remember that that's a private company. It's not public.
Right. So
So
he's probably gonna do both then.
no, what I think could happen is the leverage of both. So you use PSA money and GameStop money, and use PSA private money, so you don't even know how much cash they really have, and
Right.
then you get to you guys get together and buy something. It could end up turning into like the biggest company of all time for graded collectibles and what I call the GameStop Collectors Exchange, where they're shopping and bartering online digitally that you could never do previously. There you go.
I love the idea. I mean, it's kind of like whatnot, except for like I have over to the left of me, I have probably like $10,000 worth of cards. I could put that all on there, and I could easily just exchange with people,
For money. And like it
you
would,
know,
you're bartering,
yeah,
right? So like
right.
I'm trading my collectibles for the value that I deem them and you deem them. We come to an agreement, and you have the middleman making it safe for everybody. This is a world that there's nothing like this. There is one little website that I showed previously, but it's not at the level that GameStop can do it. GameStop could do it with everything.
And you would probably ship the cards to PSA as the middleman. That way, it's secure,
Mm-hmm.
and they handle that transaction. Like once it clears and it
But
hits
just imagine if
inventory,
you had a
boom, it
vault
ships
for
out.
everything. If you had the vault for all these cards, you never have to ship them yourself. They never have to physically get into anyone's hands unless requested. But you can have all these transactions happening like you do at a bank. Think about a bank. A bank has all these transactions that they do via your wallet, and they just say, this is what you're allotted, this much dollars, because these dollars were spoken for elsewhere. But does the cash ever move? No, it's just a number. It's just a running tally. It's just a running total. But imagine if you did that for business.
The crypto aspect of it too is that they could be hinting at putting this stuff onto a ledger, so which
Well, that's
verifies the
what you do.
transaction.
You use a blockchain so that you attach a digital tether to every transaction so that it can't be duplicated, cannot be manipulated, and that's how you keep track of it all. The blockchains helps
Well,
keep
that's
you
the future.
organized.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where it's all going to,
But
that's
that's
what it's all
why
coming to.
the NFT marketplace wasn't a failure. I mean, it's just educating yourself on the processes. And all these guys out here that come in and second guess Ryan and the timing of what he's doing, do me a favor. Show me where he's failed, and then I'll show you where you should have doubt. There's no doubt.
I have no doubt in Ryan Cohen. He's going to do it. I mean, this is happening. So
Can you
I'm
imagine
fucking
we're having these
excited.
conversations, though?
It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
well, it's amazing that we're having the conversation that Ryan. What I've waited a long time for him to say that he's doing this, and we all knew it was happening. So
It's to the point where I tell guys like this Armenian dude who's in the chat, I'm just going to tell you, God's amazing. This is proof. Like,
How is this the proof? How is it the proof?
How is this the proof
Yeah.
that this is even possible? I get to hug and give a handshake and a hello to everyone that's ever been there with me for the last 5 years. And we walked all the way here. Hey, we were down and out. We were barefoot. We were hungry. We were just looking at it in a daze. Like we're just wandering in the desert, just following Noah, just going around, following Moses. I meant, not Noah. Oh my God. Hey, how many people were on Moses' ark? That's what I was thinking about right now. But when you're just following around, just like you're in a daze, it becomes biblical to you. And why? Because everyone bets against you. You have people like yourself who doubt the motives, who break down everything, and you have no experience, you have no acumen. Like I'll ask you, do you work in retail?
No.
Okay, so you don't know retail.
I mean, yeah, I know
I do.
retail as much as your average, like.
Yeah, that's my point. You
individual.
don't know it. So then you wouldn't understand all the changes that GameStop has done to be head and shoulders above the rest of the world in retail. Omni-channel, e-commerce, and then just being very matter of fact on how they execute. You wouldn't understand it because it's that small. GameStop being a smaller company by footprint means they become more nimble and they can impact and make changes directly in the moment. in the meeting, in the room. These aren't like this isn't like a corporation that, oh, it's going to take us time to implement these changes. They could do it the day of, the week of, the month of. That's why you can launch PSA. That's why you can train all your people on how to go ahead and send the cards out. And they don't have a clue what's coming. But these are all programs, and you annualize on these programs. When you learn the difference between programs and the way you want to run your company and how you do it, there's control points and programs. So in retail, when you see it from the outside looking in, I'm not walking into GameStop with the mindset of I'm a consumer. I'm walking in with I'm an owner. And how do I view it from a retail footprint? And I see it different than you. And I get that. But I come back here and I tell you and I educate you and you spat at it. People like you. Clueless investors.
I think my concerns were pretty valid.
You think they're valid?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so a CEO who's been there for 2 years comes in, raises from $900 million to $9 billion, makes a profit go from $6 million all the way to $600 million, and you're skeptical.
I'm not saying that like he is a good CEO, but I mean you need to look at what he has achieved and what has
No.
changed.
No. See, you don't get to do that. You don't get to be the kid in the room that's telling executives on how you view them from your novice viewpoint. Remember, you judge leadership not based off of what they've done solely. You should give them more leeway, more leverage, more just support because of what they haven't done. He hasn't leveraged the company. He hasn't lost a dollar. He didn't partner up with private equity. He didn't put it in a bad spot to succeed. He thrived. That's why he's so great, because of the things he didn't do.
I mean, yeah, he didn't. I guess he ran the company like
He didn't listen to
should
people
have.
like you.
But do you think that if it wasn't Ryan Cohen, like GameStop would have been in a different situation right now?
Absolutely. Private equity would sweep in and carve it out. Carve it out. Pick it apart like a carcass. Go look at Bed Bath & Beyond. Look at AMC right now, restructuring debt over and over and over and over for nothing. No recovery in sight. Executives overpaid. Everyone with their hands out. Bullshit. Commercials for $40 million, $25 million. You don't need to spend. Only advertising on finance channels. Nowhere else. Why would you advertise as a movie theater anyway? The movie companies pay for that. Doing meet and greets to go ahead and settle the crowd down on investing. Why? Because you wanted to get a vote through to dilute the shareholder 100x, 10x as of the last 2 years. That's a huge problem for me. Go and look at GameStop.
I understand, but again, I mean, what Cohen did was he was pretty defensive with his approach. He closed stores outside.
That's not defensive. That's extremely offensive. That's offensive. Defensive would be turtling. It would be, let's just stay where we're at. Let's just stop the bleeding. Let's see what we can do. No. The offensive is to go out and say, I'm selling all of Canada, I'm selling all of Europe, I'm cutting down everything. I don't care what you think of me. We're going to get to this number we need to get to be extremely efficient and proficient.
Okay, defensive or offensive, what he did was, just cut down, like close the unprofitable stores like across the world, which was, which is something doable, which is something pretty easy to achieve. He has not yet deployed that cash that the company made from issuing more share. I'm not saying that it is not dilution, but again, I mean he has been sitting on this cash, like, and I think he has a plan, at least,
What's the return on the cash?
Concepts of a plan.
Yeah, hold on. What's the return on the cash?
Right,
you got a 2 year, you got a 2 year and a 10 year. What's the return right now on average? 4%?
I think so. Yeah, for
Yeah.
2 years it should be 4%.
Yeah, $360 million on the cash. So 3.6. If he has 10, I rounded off to 10, but it's fine. So you're looking at getting 4% back on your money. Now,
That's yeah, that's true. I mean, they are making money, but again, if us as investors like wanted just to put our money in something safe, then we would put our own money in.
yeah, you would put your
I
own
mean,
money in there, right? Because you probably manage money better than GameStop.
I'm, at this point, they're not managing it; they're just holding it.
You don't think they're managing it?
Managing it would be them deploying the cash and
No,
investing
no,
in
no, 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 no,
something.
no, 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 no. See, you're living in a different world than the rest of the world. See, the rest of the world in publicly traded companies are showing clear indications of cash burn rates. Cash burn rates is what killing the world right now. So the cash burn rate for average retail, go check it out. I'll show you all their cash piles that are dwindling while ours is growing. But before you paint yourself out to be a GameStop investor, you got to ask yourself, how have we executed on all the other things that we can change ourselves? The execution of the hours of operation, the store closures, the personnel, the actual benefits program, and then the product line, to switch it up to collectibles, to partner up with PSA, to build the marketplace itself for PSA graded cards and how they're doing it, and build power packs. You're going to tell me that there's no value to creation?
There is, but I mean,
They're just defensive, in your words.
it is defensive.
How in the hell is that defensive when you execute and you train not only your employees, but your consumer?
I mean, they're just, following the trends, following collectibles trend. Yeah,
Trends.
it is a trend. Yeah.
The trend of the execution of what? Power packs?
Yes.
That's
I mean,
trendy?
they are utilizing the trend like as much as they can.
That's called execution.
It is execution, but
Good.
it's
So then
like,
show me, where is Costco's execution on this?
I mean, Costco doesn't really need to execute on
Oh, no?
collectibles.
Their e-commerce dollars are down year over year. They've made less money e-commerce at all times. Their travel numbers are down as well. So Costco travel's down. Same deal. You're going to tell me that their .com can keep up with what the trend is for the whole world? I don't think so. I don't think Best Buy can do it either, because Best Buy fell apart. You'll understand when you actually look at the numbers for SEO and you go through electronics and you go through gaming, you'll find out who's the top tier company, who's actually hitting it on all ends. But before we get there, we're going to look at retail as a whole, and you're going to tell me what they've done. Walmart, Costco, Best Buy, did they not shrink all of their physical retail, all their physical media departments? Costco doesn't even have physical media any longer. They got rid of their books, their tapes on books. They got rid of their gaming cards. They got rid of everything.
I mean, they're competing
Best
with
Buy got rid of
Amazon.
everything as well. Tried to play catch up on Pokemon. So did Walmart, so did Target. Who's the leader? Oh, the company with 30% growth in the category. That's called execution, young man. That's not called going along with the trend and the fad. That's changing your whole strategy and your identity on the drop of it. Happened this year. If you had the luxuries of walking into a GameStop, you would see the cultural shift, the manufactured shift, the merchandising shift. You would see it yourself, but you can't.
A shift.
Yeah, a shift, i.e. the clearance section is small as can be. They've expanded their whole catalog for cards, went from one shelf, literally one 2x2 shelf, went to a whole building. The whole half of the building is cards.
So do you think that that's the thing that makes GameStop worth $10 billion?
Yes. They're worth more than $10 billion. You're over here talking about the cash that they're worth? That's their
The
cash
shift.
position. Why do you think people are giving them $4.5 billion on a free bond?
I mean, you can look at other companies like they're also like, for example, Unity Software like raised, I don't
Why are
know,
you
$2
bringing up
billion
a
dollars.
company that does not exist in our world? One that has private equity all over the board that no one would ever talk about. You
Yeah.
wouldn't even know what it is, what it does. Where can I operate with them? Where can I go knock on their door and visit their store, their business at all?
They
You want to
raised
name
like
them? Who's
$2
their
billion
CEO?
dollars.
Who's their CEO?
I have no
You're
idea.
damn right you don't. Who's their board of directors? You don't know. Don't fucking name me a company and an investment that you've done zero due diligence on just to go ahead and sprinkle it onto the crowd like everyone else has for the last 5 years. Don't do this shit. Because you can't tell me their balance sheet's worth investing in. You can't tell me who their bondholders are. You can't tell me a single thing about that company other than the name to get people to say that's a good investment.
It is not a good investment.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
not.
saying that it is, but you're saying that GameStop, bond investors, provided GameStop money without requiring any interest. And they did the same thing for Unity. So that's the connection. I mean,
That's the connection, right? Yet we're in two
yeah,
totally different industries, yet you want to compare it to something. No, I'm telling you, in the retail world, why would I give GameStop, the failed company, the one that you're skeptical about, yet you called yourself an investor with it, why would you give them money? How much GameStop do you have?
$10,000 almost.
$10,000. You have 10. Why?
I do. The thing is, I invested in the company just a few weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're not a believer.
I am a if I was not a believer, I wouldn't have invested in the company.
Are you deaf, dumb, and blind? Like, are you listening to yourself as you talk tonight? You're saying you're not a believer in the Pokemon cards. You're not a believer in the way the execution of the company has gone. Yet you're a believer. This is crazy.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a
here's the thing.
believer
I bet you
like
pay
you.
for sex. I bet you pay for sex. That's what I bet.
Okay.
Guys like you pay for sex because you're a believer then, right? I believe that I gave you some money and you owe me something in return. So that's how your investments work. How are you doing on this one?
Look, putting sex and everything else aside, I'm not a believer like you because I don't believe that everything is perfect. I don't think everything is perfect. Nothing is perfect in this world.
You don't think things are perfect in this world?
Absolutely, and nothing is perfect.
I think a baby's cry is perfect.
Okay.
I think Jesus could be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are comparing Jesus to GameStop now.
You're damn right we are.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you trivialize it. Perfect. Nothing's perfect. Are you kidding? Did you ever watch the movie The Big Short?
I didn't.
What?
I did not watch the movie.
Okay. Do you know who Dr. Michael Burry is?
I do.
Okay. How do you know who he is?
I've seen like articles about him like all over the internet.
Bro, I'm dealing with a kid who just hasn't lived life enough. You're missing a whole world experience out here. I'm done, bro. This is tough for me. I don't get it. What time is it over there where you're at?
It's 8.
Hey, see? Caught you in a lie. Caught you in a lie, kid. That's easy for me. I've been doing this shit so long. I've been an investigator so long in my life. I know you don't know that part about me. You just got caught in a lie.
Okay, what is your point? What is your point?
Because you're not from where you say you are. You're not where you're at. You're a big ass rat. You're a
Okay,
liar.
let's
And when you're
assume
gonna lie about who you are and what you do, it's because you have no integrity on the words you speak. That's why you're here to create FUD. You're here to create doubt. That's all you're doing. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's all you're trying to do. And it's never going to work with a guy like me. I've been around too long, kid. Been around.
I'm not trying to create FUD.
You're not 24. But what you are is 24 seconds from getting disconnected forever. I'm trying to be good to you.
Okay. So I am creating FUD. I am doing that. I'm doing this. Okay. Fine.
There you go.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
our opinions might differ. I
Why would
understand
our
that, but
opinions differ if we're both investors? We're both
you
invested in
might
GameStop,
be.
right? For all the right reasons.
It all depends on our expectations. I'm
Cool. When did you
expecting
buy GameStop?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Why?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, they have so much cash, and their market cap is like so small compared to the cash
Yeah.
that
How
they're
long has that
holding
been going on?
for pretty long.
Yeah. So what took you this week?
I mean, like before their most recent like share issuance, they didn't have so much cash.
What are you talking about? Share issuance? What are you talking about?
I mean convertible bond offering.
That was at the start of the year. They did that Q1.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, but
the
they didn't
stock
issue more
price.
shares. The float's the float.
Yeah, the share price went down, and it stayed
Went
there
down. It's still there.
for quite some time. They reported,
$20.
I think, they reported earnings, multiple earnings reports. But then, yeah, I mean, at some point it becomes attractive. Uh, I mean, even Michael Burry like revealed his position, which is good for the stock.
Oh, so
But
that's
I
better for
think,
the stock than what GameStop's doing with Pokemon cards and power packs. Michael Burry buying in is better.
I mean, for fundamentally, obviously, I mean, what's happening inside the company matters more than Michael Burry buying. But Michael Burry investing matters for the share price, at least, or public perception around the company.
You
I mean,
care about
surrounding
public
the company.
perception?
I try not to.
Yeah, that means you're a terrible investor if you care about public perception.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I mean,
know that part. I'm trying to figure out why you didn't buy when Roaring Kitty was promoting it and it was down at $10.
I mean, I should I follow Roaring Kitty?
No, I mean I'm just curious. I mean he has more influential, prowess than Michael Burry. So I'm just curious. Why did you buy it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think you guys might have overpaid 5 years ago.
Is that what you think?
You definitely overpaid when you invested in it like 5 years ago. That's for certain.
So my cost average is $23. $23.60
Okay, I
actually.
mean, you have been dollar cost averaging down for 5 years.
Yeah. So what does that mean? I
And
have the average of what the stock costs over the last 5 years. I have the average because I
yeah,
am the
but
average.
the markets went up like almost 100% in
Yeah.
5 years. So,
Isn't that awesome?
I mean,
GameStop
when you
hasn't moved
consider,
at all, and yet the markets have gone sky high. Why do you think they go sky high and GameStop doesn't move?
again, because you overpaid for GameStop.
No, I didn't overpay for GameStop. I have the same cost average as Roaring Kitty. I have the same cost average of Ryan Cohen the last 2 years, 3 years that he's been buying. So, how is it again?
Here's the thing. I mean, you paid like $12 billion in market cap for GameStop 5 years ago when the company was not profitable, when the company did not have any cash. So
think about
they
this.
issued more
Oh, you know
share.
what? Better. I'll even do this. Let's just fuck all the bullshit. Let's go. Right here. So here's GameStop. Here's positions. Here's summary. Last year, okay, my portfolio was $25,000 the same day. We're at 59,000. So when did I really overpay for this stock? I'm showing it on the screen right now.
I'm not seeing like.
Oh, I know you don't see it, but my point is, how did I overpay?
Like, how much did you pay, like in terms of like market cap initially for GameStop?
No. I'm literally showing you. You're trying to tell me that I've overpaid for something, and I'm trying to tell you that if you've been plugging away at this damn thing, you're doing great. You claim you bought in 2 weeks ago for $10,000. My problem that I have with that is you bought in for $10,000 all at once because you must be bullish. But then the words you spit out here are anything but that. That's my problem.
I mean, the issue is, again, our expectations are different. I'm expecting a decent investment. I'm happy if it outperforms the markets. You're
Why are
probably
you
expecting
comparing
some
yourself
sort
to
of.
markets?
I mean, the markets are the best. You can't compare. I mean, the markets are like indicating the average. So I'm
Bro,
comparing myself to the average.
if you invest in the market, you never beat the market. Remember those words, okay? And remember me. And I know you will. Because I'm gonna beat
Okay.
everybody. I'm gonna beat every market. I'm gonna beat every metric. I'm gonna beat every index. I'm gonna beat
So,
all you kids.
so are you able to like put a number on it?
Sure. What do you want to put on it? Was not a
I don't know.
several hundred billion market cap not enough for you the other day? Out of Ryan's mouth? Was that not enough? Is Ryan a
It is
liar?
enough.
Has Ryan ever lied to us?
I mean, he's not like promising that he will achieve that. I mean,
Oh, okay.
it's just the compensation plan.
No, that's not what the article said. The article says my plan is to acquire something very, 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 very big, and it could be potentially worth hundreds of billions of dollars. A third party, an independent, a lawyer, White and Case, 7 people came up with the pay structure for GameStop CEO after they looked at all of the information that we're not privy to. And they came to the conclusion GameStop should give him $100 billion pay package. And because those are all M&A guys, by the way, who actually reviewed that. So tell me why they picked the number of $100 billion. Maybe they lowballed the number.
I mean, is there really is there a point of discussing why they picked a certain
No, my biggest point is that if GameStop were to go to 30 billion, they'd be eligible for the S&P 500, and we're not even close to that. Would be 30% of the number. So hey, how about we miss it by a little bit? Either way, I 3 times my money. So what would you do?
I mean, he's the CEO. Like Elon Musk is also picking like, I don't know, 8 trillion, $10 trillion.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's the same thing.
You think it's the same thing? Are you listening with your ass cheeks or your ears? I literally told you an independent third party, the 5th largest law firm in the world called White and Case, are the ones who actually depicted what the price should be. Wasn't Ryan, wasn't the board of directors.
So they pick the price, like what the price should be and how much compensation like Ryan
Yes.
should. Okay.
That's what you do to cover your ass. You go, here, read our financials, read our plan, give me a package you think is worth. And you know why you do that? You do that before you make the announcements. You don't do it after. It's funny how it all lines up.
Is your point is like they picked $100 billion so Ryan Cohen would not lie and company would get there?
No,
That's
because
the
that's
point.
probably what they deem it worth. That's probably
So
their
GameStop is
valuation.
worth $100 billion right now, according to you.
Oh, without a doubt. What do you call it? You bought him for 10 grand 2 weeks ago. How many more jackasses are like you? I'm waiting.
I mean, I
Price went from
here's the thing.
$20.50 2 weeks ago to 25. Huh.
I mean, the way you value a company is like you discount the future cash flows to,
Oh, DFC. Huh. Did you ever get that rating too? Did you go to our Discord for this? Because right now it's
not
underperforming, undervalued. The DCF percentage would be putting GameStop at $99 a share. Fair value, $220.
okay. I don't know what sort of expectations they have and what they put in there, but
That's based off of the cash they have. The cash they bring in, and what's coming.
cash they have and what's coming. Okay, it all depends on, what's coming.
Yeah.
If you think
I
that
love that.
GameStop will grow like, I don't know, 5x, 6x in the future,
I don't
then
know.
yeah, I mean, absolutely GameStop should be worth $100 billion right now.
So what do you think it should be worth? Because it's grown 10x in the last 2 years.
10x in terms of net income.
Of cash, income, both.
I mean, I mean, they grew 10x because they were barely profitable. I mean, you can't just say the
Oh, no,
number
no.
goes
You
from
can't
1
do
to
that.
10.
You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
I mean,
Hold up.
as the base
Give
gets
me a
gets started.
multiple, and I'll show you increases. I'll show you triple-digit increases, double-digit increases, because they've done it. They've sustained it for 8 quarters in a row, 10 quarters in a row. What are you doing again now? Are you doubting what? Continued growth and profitability?
I mean, again, historical performance is not an indicator
It's not
for the
indicative
future.
of future performance. Get the words right.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, again, I mean, you can't say it went from 1 to 10,
So
so
when are
it
you
will
going to
go
give them
from
value
10
for
to
what they will
100.
do versus what they just did? Because GameStop just went 10x on income. They went 100x on actual net income. They went 10x on book value. So you're going to tell me what exactly? They went from $900 million cash to $9.3 billion cash. That's 10x on your cash. And what happened to the stock? $0.
I mean, you have to look like, I mean, you should talk, you should mention net cash instead of like
Why?
cash
Why?
equivalents, because
Why? Because I've
you
given it
can't
value
just
for today, not for what they're going to owe in 5 years and 7 years.
you can't just ignore the debt. You know, you can't
You
just.
can't ignore it 7 years from now. Listen to me. I want the value now. What am I worth today? Not what am I going to be worth when I owe them money. Why is everyone else given a multiple, allowed to get valuation? Palantir, Carvana, you name them. I don't care if it is NVIDIA. Everybody's getting value for mark-to-market accounting where they're getting contracts paid out in full up front, not for money owed later or commitments later. Everybody's getting valuation for money spent and deployed. Yet here we go. We're just sitting here.
I don't think that, you know, the multiples that the markets are giving to Palantir and Nvidia are justifiable.
Oh, good. How about
They are
Tesla?
not. Obviously, it's not justifiable.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously. So guess what? GameStop's not, because when I put in FOMO, I put in people like you, and then I put in manipulation, because if you're blind to that, that's okay. We're not here to prove it. We're just here to tell you we're aware of it. But then we talk about fundamentals, right? I mean, you don't have a price yet on power packs?
Here's the thing: you think that what GameStop has done
Mm-hmm.
was worth, it will at least, you know,
Is it not
provide
worth
them.
more? Is it, just hear me out on this? Is it not worth more than $1 billion?
It is.
Yeah, give me a multiple. Give me one.
For a company like GameStop, a
Yep.
retail business,
Give me a multiple.
you should like GameStop should probably trade at around like 2 times sales.
2 times sales? How in the hell are you going to tell me sales and not income? What the hell does sales have to do with anything? You could break
Okay, I
even on
mean,
sales and you're not making it. You can't take revenue and sales to the bank and pay your bills.
okay, we can look at price to earnings as well. I mean, GameStop, a
Earnings, thank you.
retailer.
Now you're tracking now you're speaking my language. What's your PE?
Okay, PE should probably, like, if GameStop, I mean, if the growth like slows down, the PE should probably like be around 10 to 7.
10 to 7.
I mean, yeah, you can look at
What
Best
world do
Buy.
you live in?
I mean,
You
you
just
can have
picked
a
a
look at
number that
Best
doesn't
Buy and other.
exist. 10 to 7. Go ahead. Go get all the retail companies in the world and show me 10 to 7 on earnings. I'll wait. I'll hold my breath, matter of fact.
I mean, Best Buy.
Best Buy's 9 to what? 9 to 13? And they're capped out. They're maxed out. They're not GameStop.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, you know, if the
Yeah, but you
growth
can't give me
slows
a
down.
company that you're giving me grandfathered companies. You're not giving me a brand new 2-year turnaround story company that hasn't even peaked yet. You said if the growth slows down. It hasn't.
Okay, if GameStop continues like growing, if we assume that GameStop is still early, like, it
I'll
should
still play your
probably,
game. You said 10, right? You said 10.
and
So,
and
hey,
if they slow down, yeah.
you said 10. If they slow down, which is a big if doesn't matter. But let's just say it's 10. We take 10 times the $600 million that they currently make. And you take the 600 million, you times it by 10, that's 6 billion. Add it to the 10 billion in assets and cash, and what are they worth now? 15 to 16 billion? We're short right now. We're short about, I don't know, $6 billion.
Again, I mean, you can't ignore the debt. You know,
No, what debt am I ignoring? What debt am I
5
ignoring? I'm
billion.
telling you, asset-wise, this is where you're at. And you know why I tell you that? Because you can ignore the debt. And here's why you can do it. Because you can pay it out with equity on shares. That would increase your market cap. Would it not?
They could, that's right. But again, I mean, here's the thing: when they issue more shares, when they issue more shares, the market cap does go up, but the share price does not go up.
You don't think the share
Um,
price goes up?
I mean,
There's these little
the
things
number
called
of
warrants
shares.
that they actually issued with it as well. 59 million warrants. You think they're going to hit that number too? Remember, I'm looking for $6 billion more dollars on a 500 million float. So I'm looking for, I don't know, $3 more per share, $6 more per share. What do you think the breaking point is for Wall Street? You think it's GameStop at $29?
I
Because
have
you
no idea.
keep talking about the debt. Let's talk about the debt. Let's educate the whole crowd on the debt. GameStop sold bonds, convertible notes, at each sheet coming in on 33 shares per sheet at around $29.92, $29.82. $29 a share. Where are we at today? We're $4, $5 south of that. So I think you have a lot of homework to do here, because if all of these bondholders agreed to pay $30 a share, and there's 500, 650 million shares now, according to the bonds, where would that put GameStop? $20
I mean,
billion?
there's a reason why they agreed to that.
Why did they agree to $29? Hey, now you're a professional bond guy. Go for it, Mr. Arbitrage.
Here's what they do. So they like, let's say GameStop issues convertible bonds, bondholders, you know, buy them, but then they short GameStop. You know, if the stock
Dude, you're
price
not telling
goes
us anything
down,
we don't know.
yeah, they get the face
Yeah,
value.
we
So they
don't
get
give a shit about that. What I'm telling you is they paid $30 a share. They still have to get $30 a share out of it. Period.
They will, no matter what happens to GameStop, they will
Thank
get
you.
their money.
They get their money. What do you think GameStop gets to do with their money?
Unless GameStop goes bankrupt. I mean, GameStop can do many things with their money.
That's right. Like GameStop can collect interest on that money for how many years? 5 to 7? What's the discount from there? What is the difference? Means GameStop makes $2 billion off the 4 they borrowed.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean,
I know
they
it's
could.
true. And then you tag on a 10% earmark with the warrant itself, you get an additional 10% on top. What are you talking about right now? And not only did you position
look,
the additional 10% on the bond, you got it at an elevated rate of $32. What in the world are you talking about? You guys talk
issue.
like you know what you're talking about, and then when you sit down and you really think it all through, GameStop got a free $2.5 billion out of it. That's what's going to happen at the end of 5 to 7.
I get it. I mean, you say, okay, they put the money in interest and they collect interest, but here's the thing: investors have expectations. So
No, they
cost
don't.
of
No, they don't. Who are you? Who are you? Ryan Cohen's the investor. Ryan Cohen's the number one investor in this company. Expectations are bullshit. He's doing the damn job. In addition to that, deploy the cash. If they were to deploy the cash and get any amount of return, 10%, wouldn't even matter. It's more than the 4 you're banking on. You got to pay me. You got to give me value for it. And that value is infinite, kid. Come on, man. This is rookie shit.
So your cost of equity is 0.
Yeah, so is the
what you're
CAC.
saying.
So is the CAC. Remember that. We're still running a business. It's not just finance. Customer acquisition cost is still 0.
Okay.
We can go toe-to-toe, and I'll take you to the cleaners, kid. Because you claim you're an investor. You claim you're supportive of the investment, or you should be, or why are you even here? But the dynamics of the investment, everything, it's magnificent. It's masterclass. A masterclass turnaround. This is the right synergies. This is everything you say it's not. You're here to doubt it. Go doubt it on your own. But when you do that at night, cry on it. Okay? And your Chicago apartment and your New York apartment, your Canadian apartment, wherever the hell you're from, really. I don't know.
Look, there's always some doubt like involved. Um, but again, I mean, if you really think that there are no expectations being priced in, I mean, that's simply not true. And that's the issue with like they could collect like interest. But again, if people are expecting 15% yearly returns from GameStop, annual returns, them collecting 10% from the cash
You know who does that?
is not a good thing.
You know who does that? See,
Who?
Dr. Michael Burry was invested with GameStop back in 2020, and he leveraged his position because he's a fund manager. He leveraged it with another position that was then got shorted, and he got collateralized. So the collateral of that position forced him to sell his GameStop position. Do you know what Dr. Michael Burry did this time around? He closed his fund and he went into GameStop. Do you know what that tells you?
What?
Tells you you're fucked. That's what it tells you. Tells you because the real expectations of Wall Street are not, I expect 15% a year. That's for people who need to report profit. Those are for people that have ties to answering to people. Independent investor here, babe. I answer to nobody. I answer to God and Jesus.
Okay,
And
I
my
mean that's
wife.
that's a valid argument. I mean,
Oh,
you
it's
can
more
you
than
can say,
valid. You got to stop this. You got to stop marginalizing what I'm telling you. You're giving weight to every other point. Why not give weight to what I say? Why is it that
you're
you're not
saying
open to the information you're receiving? All you're doing is
you're
going
saying
back
that
to the script and reading, well, da. We know all this shit, man. We don't get
but
we don't get phased at all.
you're saying that retail investors do not have expectations, institutions do. Um,
Yeah.
and again, institutions have the pricing power, not the retail investors.
Nobody ever
If
said they
retail
did.
investors,
I don't care what I don't need to have pricing power. I'm not trying to fix the price or move the price. I don't want price action. I'd rather keep it where it's at right now and stock up for the next 10 years. But what you're forgetting
okay,
is I am one man and I am on a mission from Mars, babe. I'm out of this world. And I'll tell you what the mission is. It's to educate the retail investor so that when these changes or these ideas or the thought processes that you have, we say, okay, those guys are the traditional investors. Those are the ones who panic. Those are the ones who sell when it gets high because they want to take profit. Ones who sell because it gets too low. Those are the ones who come in 2 weeks before it actually might have some movement. Those are guys who actually buy calls because they don't know how to really gauge the investment and they want to gamble. Those are all you guys. Guys like me, we buy shit, we sit back and we play WoW. That's what we do. We go out and we take our wives out and we just party whatever we can do. We have a little drink here and there. We play with our kids when we can. We go to work, we call it a day, and we live life. That's investing retail style. But when you get caught up in all the bullshit that you want to talk about, nah, you're overthinking it. Charlie Munger says this. Don't overthink it. You're going to think your way out of the position. Not me.
okay. So your entire point is like I put money in GameStop and I hold it for like for
Ever.
years,
Ever.
forever. Okay.
Forever.
I don't care what happens. I
That's
just
right.
put money in it.
That's right.
I mean, I can't really argue with that.
I know. It's a new level of stupidity. Don't worry. We're doing good.
Uh, I mean,
See, I do this. I put money in, and it's a black hole. You pay for sex. Okay?
okay.
Remember
Yeah.
that. Remember that.
Okay.
I invest money in GameStop. I don't buy extra value mills. I don't buy CDs. Nope. I spend money at GameStop. The shirt, GameStop. Haas, GameStop company right here. These guys promote GameStop all damn day. Every dollar you spend with the Hosco, they invest money into GameStop. Don't worry, I already did all the due diligence. But hey, that's what I do with my money. I'm in the GameStop ecosystem. If it's around game, oh yeah, this is me. You,
Okay. Again, I mean, everyone has different expectations. I mean,
yeah.
okay, if it's what you want, then okay.
Well, I just think it's a different mind. Here, let me give you some compassion. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of love here. You're in it for 2 weeks. Yeah, you've been paying attention to the stock for 5 years, allegedly, based off of your misinformation that you're trying to put out. But you see, us, we can't get skewed. We can't get motivated one way or the other because we've been here so long. We're numb to it. Numb to price action, numb to expectations from the family. Wife come around. When is it going to go to the moon? Who knows, babe?
I
Who gives a
understand
shit?
that.
Like it's to the point
Yeah.
where you can't change this. We're institutionalized, man. We're
I think
indoctrinated.
that's the main point. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you guys have been like, I don't know, have spent so many years in this. You probably, yeah.
You
I
walked
mean,
into a cult. You walked into a cult, and this cult don't play, bro. We don't play
yeah,
at all.
it's either that you lost your senses, or maybe this might be a good thing. I don't know.
Lost my
Um,
senses.
yeah, I mean,
I've been buying shares for 5 years, and the CEO of the company just bought $20 million worth of shares last week, 2 weeks ago, and told the whole world he wants to make this company worth over $100 billion. He's ready to rock. The price is moving. It's gone up over 20% in the last 2 weeks. You bought in. The whole world's running in. And here I am saying, I'm lost my senses. Dr. Michael Burry's mimicking shit that they read here from this show. I wrote a book called Connect the Dots. Everyone should read it because it's how GameStop's winning. And what? I lost my senses. Or maybe I'm severely educated.
yeah. I mean, I can't really argue. I can't really put like, I can't really say anything against you, because I mean, you're seemingly just a believer right now. Um,
You
I
don't take into consideration anything I've said tonight as fact.
I mean, you pointed out some financial facts.
Pretty good, huh?
Um,
How about that private equity angle? How about the fact that we pushed out private equity from the company? We can now operate for the betterment of the company.
that's true. Again, I mean, you did, but
Mm.
the price that you paid, and when most of you invested in this company,
Mm-hmm.
like most of you invested in this company after everything happened. They pushed out private equity, and the share price was already like at, I don't know, at all-time highs. So
What are you
you
talking about
didn't.
again?
Did
What are
you?
you doing, dude?
It depends.
What are
Like
you doing?
investing.
What are you doing?
Look,
All-time highs? We're not even there. We're not even
we are
there.
not.
Like you're gonna come and talk to me 5 years from now, and you're like, man, it was $25 at that time. Yeah, man, you said the all-time highs. No, everybody has a discount. Every price you see on GameStop is a discount. And the part that I talked about private equity is the part that people overlook. Dr. Michael Burry highlighted the governance. Ryan Cohen says, we have the leadership, we have the governance. Okay, are you understanding what they were telling you? The same thing I'm telling you, but in a different language. The fact that you don't have that influence is worth more than any price you're going to pay per share. I'd rather overpay for something that I know is going to run the right way. Yeah, if you were in America, you know what happens in America? You go in there and you go, okay, I want to buy a t-shirt. And you know what the t-shirt says? It says made in America. And you buy it for whatever the price is. It doesn't matter because you know that it's for the greater good. You're going to get some value from it. Maybe some family's going to eat off of it, but I don't need to buy the shit that's printed out in Taiwan or in China. No. This is the nature of investing within your own ecosystem. This is my group. This is called GameStop. I have the identity. I wear it. I am it. I eat. I sleep. I breathe it. Guys like you second guess it. You're half stepping your whole life, kid. You're going to get married in life. Your wife's going to cheat on you, okay? Your kids are going to hate you, and you're going to have to get a second
Yeah.
one. It's not personal. It's just because you can't command the presence. You don't have a belief in what you are and who you are. Very simple. You're influenced. And people like you got to find somebody to watch. Hey, what YouTubers do you watch, by the way?
Um. I don't really watch
Lies. Lies.
any financial YouTuber.
Yeah, how'd you end up
Seriously.
here?
Again, seriously, I in terms of like for entertainment purposes, I do watch some financial YouTubers,
Yeah.
but I don't
So
really
entertainment,
take
not for
financial
education.
advice
Well,
from
you're not here to
YouTube.
get educated. You're here to laugh, and you find it very entertaining. Okay, so you came to the channel tonight for the first time, even though this is my second live stream today after the attempted fail 30 minutes before this one started. And you were the first one to click on the Discord, and you came in and you did the whole Stuttering John routine, which you've dropped now. So let me ask you before you stutter again, who are you and where do you come from?
Why does it matter?
You see, that's the point. Because, man, you see, you kids, man, you guys are all born on a different world. A man is only as good as his word. That's why I believe in Ryan Cohen. He says something, he does something, I believe in him. and I back them. This is the way we were raised. We were raised off of handshakes, handshake agreement. It's as strong as oak. This is who we are. I say my name. My name is Marantz Rantz. I talk about GameStop every day of my life for the last 5 years like it's just Groundhog Day. Till people are sick of hearing about it. You said, you like. How many times have you seen my videos? Let me ask you that.
Quite some, actually. I've seen like many of your videos.
Let's try to be men for a second. What's your name?
Ronnie.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it was really nice knowing you tonight. I have other people that are up that want to speak, and I'm just going to tell you, we're going to miss you, bro. We're going to miss you.
Okay. See you.
See you around. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Caught him in a lie over and over and over. You'll never see him again. It's that simple. Shout out to you guys for sticking that one out. Oh, shit, that was tough. Thank you guys for the entertainment, though. I know you guys find it entertaining sometimes. You guys love it. So, yeah, dude's gone. He kept trying to bring up bullshit, and it wasn't going to work for me. So, I think I won that one. I think I did. Next on the show, in the chat, we have Bartuk, Rick. Rick, you can unmute yourself, Rick. The floor is yours. What's going on, Rick?
Hey, it's Rich.
Rich, I'm so sorry. I knew it started with an R,
you're
bro.
all good.
Rich, it's what we're all going to be very soon.
Yes, that's right. That's right. No, I just wanted to stop by. I wanted to hear your top targets. Wanted to talk through it.
Sure.
I know you said you thought I was coming at it from a PE angle, and that's okay. I like to learn. I like to be educated, and if we can both learn together, it's even better.
Sure. Well, I wrote a book called Connect the Dots. You should read it.
I see it's right behind you.
Yeah.
Connect the dots. I've never read it though.
It's in the description of the video. It's everywhere. A lot of people read it. They understand. So I'll
Is it
explain.
on Amazon, on Kindle?
You know what? We
right
had
now.
it petitioned to Amazon, but it's on Lulu right now. Lulu.com. They have better shipping.
Lulu.com.
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, just you can see the links in all the videos. It's like linked everywhere. Twitter page, YouTube page.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
everywhere. You
pick it
can
up.
get right to it.
Anything
Anyway.
to support GameStop.
Yeah,
you know.
and it's a $15 buy, but you're going to get an infinite amount of wealth out of it. And here's
Sure.
the premise of Connect the Dots. You can connect the dots going backwards. That's the way you do connect the dots, by the way. That was said by Steve Jobs. You can't predict what's going to happen in the future, but you can if you go backwards. And so you seek out the origin story. The origin story is private equity. How does private equity influence publicly traded companies? They do it from within. And how do they do it? They use executives. They go to each company and they rid the coffers. They make the wrong decisions on purpose. I can give you numerous examples. The book has about several case studies in there, whether it be AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, or numerous other companies. You happen to name a couple that I've already highlighted on Connect the Dots, like Academy Sports, like Kohl's. Kohl's is a great example, along with Big Lots, Floors and Decor, Tupperware, so many other ones, Foot Locker, you name it, Macy's. But it all started originally from Bon Marchi, Riches, Robinson's Macy's, that whole run. So back in the day, you had Mike Milken. He went ahead and decided that, you know what, instead of just leveraging these companies and doing LBOs and junk bonds, we're going to accelerate the demise. We're going to infiltrate. We're going to educate distressed credit investing. We're actually going to have seminars and summits, and we're going to tell everyone how we do this playbook. So the blueprint's there. It's already established. Thank you, my love. Appreciate it. We have green enchiladas, okay, that wifey made. Appreciate it. She just brought it to me, so I'm there.
Very
so
nice.
That's the premise of the book and how we follow it and how I explain it. But we have so many examples of it being true that it's undeniable at that point. So that was it. But go ahead, tell me some ideas that you have for GameStop. I'm listening while I eat.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, enjoy. So the reason why I was talking about Macy's, talking about Kohl's, those are my two favorite of the five. was specifically around the net asset value, right? So put PE to the side, put it all to the side. I'm focused on extracting value, just like Ryan Cohen is. And he's done a great job, like you said, taking 900 million to 9 billion. He did it with 0% debt. Who cares about 0% debt? I don't care. I'd rather have it convert, rather have the cash free up. $29 is accretive dilution, not negative dilution. It's all positive, just raises the market cap. It's a win for everybody.
Correct.
So with Kohl's and with Macy's, with the market cap being the equivalent to the real estate assets, if you were to take the most expensive real estate assets that are underperforming as a store, you clear that store out, you close it. Unlike a lease that you just get rid of, you sell that store, that real estate, you make instant money. You basically leverage the buyout with its own cash, and you turn basically all that revenue, that free cash flow, right back in. You get all the money you spent, and you don't over leverage, because that's what I'm worried about here, right? So let's say we go for a $30 billion company, a $50 billion company, $100 billion company. We take all the cash that we've worked so hard to create, that we put our own money in. You've been diluted. I've been diluted. We've all been diluted, but for a reason, for a purpose, right? And as Ryan Cohen just said, it could be very, very good, or it could be very, very foolish. So that tells me it's going to be something. And he also mentioned it's never been done before in the capital market space. So he could either be going for a very large acquisition, much larger than the size of GameStop, or he could be going for doing 2, 3, 4, 5 companies at the same time. Now, he did say he's looking at a group of different companies. He didn't say it's one particular company he's going after. So it makes me think he's going for the multiple acquisition rather than the super acquisition, but it could be either, right? We don't know his playbook. We're not going to. We're going to find out after he's already done it, 35 days before he announces anything. And I think he's already pretty close. Otherwise, why is he going around talking to everybody? I mean, I get he's trying to get the vote passed right now, and he deserves that. He's got to do a little politicking. You need people to say yes. He's taken himself out of the vote, right? So he's pulled himself back. So that's good. So yeah, I think we're in a good spot.
All right, let's brainstorm that. Let's talk it out. So, the problem I have with Kohl's.
I think I lost you there.
No, I'm here. You can hear me? Everybody
I'm
else
not hearing you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't see you talking on Discord. I do see you talking on the
did Discord
YouTube, but I muted that.
but Discord took me off. Okay, let me fix the Discord microphone. That's probably what happened. And so there it is. It should work now. Let me see.
No problem.
No, hold on. It happened because my microphone disconnected.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it light up as you talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come back out and come in.
Got it. Okay.
All right, it's lighting up now.
I hear you now.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, perfect. So, all right. So let me. Yeah, it's my cord is no good, and I have to replace it. I've just been busy. All right, but let's go ahead and talk this out. So, one key point that would happen in the perfect world would be for GameStop to own a real estate company so that they could buy out the assets as they sell them off of the companies and then lease them back. So they actually make money on the other side. That's what private equity does. They own both. They own the real estate, and so they do a buyback. They lease them back, right? Now, in the case of Kohl's, in particular, Kohl's is identical to Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay? They are starved of cash. They're made to go bankrupt and or leverage their assets for the sale of the land and then to lease back. That is what they're made for. And the reason they're made for that is because it's the same design, the same investors. So there were 3 investors in Bed Bath & Beyond that did a proxy battle takeover of their company in 2019, 2020, and 2021. And that was Musellum, Ankura, and Legion Partners. Musellum's the head guy. That's Jonathan Duskin. They're the lead candidates for these proxy battle takeovers where they go into your company and they bankrupt it. They did it to Bed Bath & Beyond. The same guys, Musellum and Ankura, went into Big Lots and did the same exact thing. If you would have saw Big Lots sheet before they went bankrupt, they had a market cap around $50 million at the end. They had over $300 million in assets. So they had 10x their position of market cap, but in assets alone. But those got carved out, auctioned off, and it's gone, right? So you're fighting the same guy. because at Kohl's for the last 5 years, Muselman and Kura, and they have all their people on the board of directors. So if you're going to go in, you'd have to sneak in a position where you buy controlling stake, and you don't have that as of now. And you'd have to do a proxy battle. It would be a long, drawn-out battle. And when Ryan walked into Bed Bath & Beyond, he figured out that you can't do it that way because they have ways, i.e. buying back shares with their cash, whatever they can trump up, then it increases your percentage and you become a principal investor, and there's tax implications on getting out of the way. Either you're going to go down with the ship or you're not. There's a lot of controlling factors here. The fact that Kohl's just went through their fourth CEO in the last 4 years, you're now looking at it to say they're not approachable. It's just not, it's not in my head, governance-wise, you'd have to have a complete takeover and overhaul. And that's a bigger problem than exists right now. So that's my problem that I have with Kohl's. I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just added. It's an added fight, and we've been fighting the same people for the last 5 years on all.
But don't you think that's one of the reasons that he wants to go after something like Kohl's? Because he wants the Bed Bath & Beyond revenge story?
Nope. Hell no.
You don't think he
Nobody
wants
wants to touch
again?
that shit. Let me tell you. If you heard him, he said, we will do things that make sense and that they're scalable up to hundreds, tens of billions, hundreds of billions. And
Hundreds of billions, yep.
He's going to do things that are scalable and easy. We're not looking, and I'm just not saying it's easy, but that makes sense. So Power Packs made sense, you know? The verticals are there with PSA. So I'm still going on that route on the e-commerce side. He's an e-commerce guy. So physical retail, brick and mortar is not him. I don't think the transaction is there.
Okay.
That's just
so
my
let's
opinion.
no, and I'm glad you're sharing it with me. So if we take a step back for a second, so let's say he had some way to get 50.1%, you know, whether that's a consortium, he's allowed to buy as part of his investment policy. So let's say he buys, somebody else buys, he gets, you know, GameStop to buy, they sell the shares over to him, whatever it is, right? So if he gets, you know, they sneak it in below 5%, below 10%, whatever, they get it. If they were able to do that, then all of the issues kind of go away, right? Because he has that controlling interest. You know, they do the buybacks, doesn't matter. He already has the 50.1 if he can get in beforehand.
You could,
if you can't, then everything you said is
and you
dead.
can take it private. But I don't think he wants to take it private.
I don't think he wants to take it private either. What I think he wants to do, and I could be wrong about this, what I think he wants to do is to do the Berkshire Hathaway model, spend, you know, 3 to 5 years in a business, get it functional, get the right management team in, take out the private equity, take out the bullshit, and turn it into a money-making machine, much like GameStop of today, right? And GameStop's only going to get better, even the physical stores, over time. Now, you mentioned Power Packs. I love Power Packs, by the way. Spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, put it towards GameStop. You can check out any of my Power Pack stuff anytime you want. I started,
I saw your
post.
beta. You had like 50,000 buys or whatever. I saw it.
Yeah. So anyways, the long story short here is with Power Packs, even if we had people that were willing to do $2,500 buys every week, just like me, we would have to do, let's just say we had 1,000 a week, right? So we got 2.5 million coming in every week. We have 50 weeks. So that's an amazing amount, first of all, of money. But if you really think about it, that's only 100 million. And, you know, even with the profit margin, let's say it's 30% profit, they bring in 30 million. It's not going to get us where we need to. It's not hundreds of billions. Back to the original point. How do we get to hundreds of billions? So if we can have a model where we go in and we're basically the fixer-upper of the retail space, and we go into this place, go into that place, go into the next place, whatever that is, as long as it has a net asset value, the risk of taking that business over is very low, which we didn't have with GameStop, right? When he took it over, the risk was very high. If you have something with net asset values, even if the management structure is terrible, as long as you can control it, reform it, and make it the way you want, cut the underperforming, keep the high performing, sell off the assets that you don't need, and keep the business cash rich, debt free, then we just have the Waffle House model. And then all we're doing right now is we're just building a giant brand collection underneath whatever the holding company or GameStop, if they want to use that as a major overarching brand. And then we just do that time and time again, and you turn into a 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion market cap, and then you add those in, add those in, add those in. Whether the subsidiaries, it doesn't really matter. If you have controlling interest in the main company, we get to count the EBITDA for GameStop.
Mhm.
So he said Amazon of gaming, right? And when Ryan Cohen says something, he's not thinking 1 year in the future, 3 years in the future, 5 years in the future. He's usually thinking, in my estimation, 10 to 20 years in advance. And so the Amazon of gaming requires a lot, right? A lot. So I think that taking retail, adjusting it, making it, modern day is something that retail definitely needs. But I also see kind of what you're saying. It's like, hey, PE has this model where they basically put companies into the ground, short them while they're going into the ground, have them basically pay all the money back to the PE companies at the same time as they're making money on the other side from shorting it. And they just create these infinite money glitches. So I think Ryan Cohen wants to stop that. Could be wrong, but I think he wants to stop that. And so that's
what
why
if he
I feel
does
like,
their same playbook, right? So now the things they
Sure.
go into, he goes into. But
Mhm.
that's just one thing to be collateral against you. But it's okay. I don't need to play that game. I saw him do it with Bitcoin. It's fine. I want to think about this like from an actual like business standpoint.
Right.
So here's my thing. I don't know if people are aware of what trademarks are worth.
Mm-hmm.
Intellectual IP, right? IP and what it's
IPs.
worth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the value's at right now. Like if I told you, Meta's worth X amount of dollars, you're going to be like, well, why is Meta so valuable? It's because the IP. It's because of Instagram. It's because of the facial recognition software. It's because of, everything, Snapchat, like all the stuff they've done. And I'm not Snap, but like the idea of what they built, right? Like,
Sure. And the advertising that goes along with it.
Sure. That's another whole avenue of revenue. But for GameStop, I don't think people are putting enough value. Like right now, you just gave me a breakdown of power packs, and that's not where I'm at. That's nowhere near where I'm at, because if you were to take the technology behind it, the vaulting, it looks like if we're using Courtyard.io as how they used, a blockchain to keep track of all the transactions. And it's like a way of organizing yourself. Imagine if you did that on a full front of something like an e-commerce platform. This is why I say e-commerce, because that's what Ryan Cohen is. Ryan builds websites and he does e-commerce. That's what he's known for. He's not known for gaming. He doesn't know gaming for the other side of the barn, but he knows websites and he knows e-commerce. The way he functions and the way he structures his companies, they're all built around the same theme. So technology has huge value. And if you're willing to sell your technology to other companies and you become their tech partner and or the controlling partner of the tech side of it, you now have a different value, a different valuation. You're no longer valued as brick and mortar. You're no longer valued as retail. You're now trading on multiples of tech companies.
20, 30, 40. Absolutely.
There you go. So like the guy I was talking to, I'll give you 2 times your sales. He's ridiculous. He's not understanding what I'm saying. GameStop has technology, whether it be through omni-channel and or blockchain, that other retail companies don't have. And if you have an idea that you can implement, and people don't remember this part. I'll give you the example. I don't know. Do you know how the microwave was invented?
I don't.
Okay. So there's this inventor, and he had a chocolate bar in his pocket. And he was doing something with microwaves, with the waves or whatever, the technology of it. And he realized that his chocolate melted in his pocket. Same thing with the ice cubes. A guy left his shoes outside in the rain, in the freezing cold, and the ice melted in his or formed in his shoe, and he popped it out and it came sliding out of his shoe. And he invented ice trays. You invent the microwave. There's a counteraction to the things you do. When you invent something like power packs, you're not realizing where the monster is or where it's going. It might just solve the problem of a different type of company or a different type of structure. That's why I'm telling you to create an exchange, to barter. an exchange to trade. GameStop is known for their trades. And I'm in the world of believing them building the best trading website for an exchange, a collector's exchange. I saw it already been built, and it's not as good, but it's decent. But it's to the point where people are able to put their ask, and then whoever wants to meet their ask, and it'll be like, here's my 2 cards I'm putting up for sale, and I want $40 and this card. And someone comes in and goes, I got that card and I got the $40. Here you go. Now you have a transaction that happened. It's a safe transaction. It's not on fraud. It's via blockchain, and it can be done under a GameStop collector's exchange, under a GCX. So if that's what they're building, that would be the biggest e-commerce platform, period. Because it's not just buying product, it's trading existing product. And there's more existing product than new product you want to build. Your inventory is based off of the people, not of what you can grab. If you listen to Ryan, he said the hardest part about power packs is getting the inventory and not overpaying for it. Imagine if you could grab the inventory from the people via a trading platform. Now you have a funnel to your power pack website. There's 40,000 cards that were on GameStop's website that are missing, and they still have not shown up. They didn't show up in physical power packs, but they disappeared overnight. And that was 2 months ago. So I'm still looking for the built of it all. Where are they building? So I'm with you. I just think that people don't give enough value to the technology and then the relabeling of this company that's going to transition and be called something different. And I'm not saying they're going to be called something different as in GameStop's just going to be synonymous with something else. And it's just like McDonald's. You say the name McDonald's, you think of burgers, but McDonald's, the word, has nothing to do with burgers, right? And you can go on and on. I could say Band-Aid,
Sure.
and you think it's Band-Aids, right? And it's this filled, whatever, it's this adhesive thing that you put on cuts. But that's what it is. When you say GameStop, just like Berkshire Hathaway, you don't think about textile company. You don't think about something that failed in the 70s. That's just the identity that it's been given. GameStop and the supporters of GameStop are much more valuable and much bigger than these guys care to ever admit. So yourself included.
just like Tesla owners.
Yeah.
I mean, they were diehards 6-7 years ago, and that's why you saw it run up so much.
Yep.
So let me ask you, what if you were to pick 3 companies? What would be your top 3? You know, put valuations aside. What would it be?
I would go with eBay.
Okay.
I also like PSA as a private company, but a private merger to go grab something like eBay together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I would say collectors total, not just PSA, because I'd want the whole thing. So because that comes with Card Ladder, that comes with Beckett, comes with SCG, I believe, or somebody else.
SGC. Yep.
SGC.
You got it.
There you go. So I'm just thinking like you would get the whole picture there. So eBay, cool. That one, cool. I mean, imagine all 3 merge. Imagine if you can get it all at once. That would be the biggest acquisition in the world, because it would control so much of the internet and e-commerce, and then you could reformat it, redesign it, and that management team's asleep at the wheel, and they have a net value. I don't know if you saw their tangible book value is 49 cents a share, because they're leveraged that much. So you can you can redistribute that leverage. And leadership wise, the thing about duplicating yourself, and because that's what you want to do as a leader, it's how much you can duplicate yourself. There is a guy by the name of Michael Day, Blake Day. He's unemployed right now. He's not on GameStop's board of directors, but he's on the board of directors at Volition Capital. He's one of the 3 founders of Chewy.com. So I don't know if they're ready to deploy him and get him to a company. He was listed as he's been looking for investments to make, and maybe he's been the one going through everything, finding out what's the best investment coming. And so if he's been tasked with that, now it's time to deploy your people. I think Ryan Cohen's team is much bigger than the 5 people you see at GameStop. And
absolutely.
And his investments, people behind it, his backing, his money behind it. So to give the man $35 billion pay package, people say it's pie in the sky number. I'm just telling you, that's a huge number. That's a number bigger than people care to even admit. You could buy the Dallas Cowboys 2 times over and all of Jerry Jones's wealth, and you have no problem. You can buy the Yankees, Cowboys, and Dodgers. So that's real wealth. and these sovereign funds have no idea what's coming.
One thing, Marantz, I know a lot of people throw that $35 billion number around. I know that you've probably done the math and you've seen that, dilution obviously would happen at 32, at 39, the convertible bonds happen. 35 billion is probably more like 25 or 30 billion, right? Once all the dilution's taken into account.
Anything's more than 5 billion, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's still amazing. What I'm saying is it's amazing pay package. And then he has his own 10%, which is another 10 billion. So if you add it all together, it's probably 35.
Yeah, but it's kind of like Elon Musk when they say, and this is what I mean by this. Elon Musk, they put out there, they go, oh, he gets $1 trillion if we hit this number. Well, the truth is, if they hit that number, he's actually going to be worth 2 trillion because of his existing position. So it doesn't matter. It won't matter one bit. And he's going to hit $1 trillion coming up. But just get ready to shift all that over to GameStop. I'll be fine with it because I think everything's going to come crashing down. So that's it.
So let me ask you. So that's eBay's number one. I think that's great. What would be your number two publicly traded company?
Publicly traded company. There's some real value out there. I saw some value in. I think Kohl's has a good sheet, but like I said, I just don't like the outside looking in.
If you were to take out the management structure, assume they could take it over with
it's just
minimal
so tough.
battle.
You can't just buy a sheet, right? Like you just can't go with it. If I had to look leverage overall, oh man, I haven't looked past eBay in my head because nothing else made sense. It was just e-commerce. It was online. And I saw everyone else's answers and everything had private equity written in it. And I don't like brick and mortar for this transaction because it's not who he is.
So Whiskey said something funny in the chat. They said we were buying Berkshire. I've actually done the math on that. So Berkshire right now it's like $1 trillion, but it has more than $375 billion in cash.
Yeah, but that's not a true number. They have to hold X amount of cash for their insurance.
Sure.
So,
yeah. You got your holding requirements, capital requirements, all that. So who knows? Maybe it's 50 billion, maybe it's 100 billion,
yeah, but
whatever it is.
People have to know GameStop doesn't have $10 billion. They got more like 20 if you knew the math. Because Ryan gets to invest his money alongside with GameStop.
Correct. Yeah, and he can invest more than 10 billion. There's no limit on what he invests. It just depends on what he actually has liquid. But the Berkshire concept is interesting, but I doubt that they can pull that off now. But maybe in the future at some point, because it does have
a lot that they can't pull off today. But you know which one's really intriguing? CVS Pharmacy. It's high. It's high. There's a lot of value in it. They have a lot of cash, but I don't know if you want to go to the world of pharmacy. It's so hard.
They're very mismanaged too.
There's some low-hanging fruit there that came out of Rite Aid, and even Walgreens has been severely undervalued. Walgreens was down to like $7-8 a share, and falling out of the S&P 500 as of late. So, it's not for me. I'm just gonna sit back and watch it happen. To speculate and guess, top three. I just couldn't get past it. I was looking for e-commerce. I was looking for things that make sense for the overall GameStop Collectors Exchange, the way I see it. With the technology. And
how do you feel about Egg from that aspect? If you were to pull together,
egg is cheap. Egg costs you nothing. It's an easy fix. It's just go grab something for some PC draw, but the PC draw's not there. People don't necessarily buy it that way, and the thing is, PCs is not the way to go, and I just tell you because everyone has an advanced PC in their pocket. So you can buy laptops and you can buy IBM, for your workplace, but overall towers and gaming consoles, there's only so many of us that'll make that market go.
I mean, you're talking about $2,000 gaming laptop or gaming PC.
It's tough because the way NVIDIA markets their chips, the Blackwell chips, the new ones and everything, the pricing makes it kind of like unreachable. Where it's $2,000 to $3,000 for a tower, and these games don't need any of that. These games operate off of a integrated chip half the time, like League of Legends. So
how do you feel about a gaming company?
I don't. I'm not even in that world for people to. I mean, these guys are ridiculous. They come to me and they should do this. They should do that. Like they're looking at amplifying the legacy business of GameStop, and I'm not doing that. I'm doing the unthinkable. I'm thinking bigger. I'm thinking solving problems. If you can solve a problem, you become a billionaire, a trillionaire.
Of course.
And that's where we're at. You know, the problem was you couldn't grade cards fast enough. You didn't want to be a part of local card shops, and GameStop put local card shops on notice. They took all the grading. They took over 1 million graded cards in their first year, and they took the bulk of Pokemon. I went to a local card shop the other day, and I said, "Do you guys have Magic and Pokemon?" They're like, "No," and there's no money to be made off those things. You have to sell them in bulk, and we can't even afford them, and then you're going to get broken into, and people are going to steal them, and it's not even worth selling. And I was like, "Well, then what do you sell?" I sell paint, and I sell Warhammer, whatever that is. I mean, so
yeah, the miniatures, makes sense.
So there's just another whole world right now where people are reinventing their business because GameStop's the surviving cash, king. And even though GameStop closed all these stores, it's just an optics thing. It's not an actual efficiency thing because the optics are GameStop's going out of business. You're crazy. They're more profitable than ever. And so that's where I'm at.
Especially what we don't know is how much retail business is moving from stores to the internet. We don't have those statistics, right?
Yeah.
To know how much is being shifted. Because if they're really doing better at the GameStop app or the internet store, they're basically their marketplace there. That could definitely be a help.
See, well, let's read the chat really quick. John Starr says, "I think eBay is too big to acquire." See, they don't understand what it takes to acquire something. They're clueless. It's not that you have to buy the company. You buy a controlling stake in the company. And to buy a controlling stake, that could be 10%. If you snuck up on them, you're probably already at 9 or 5. You write the letter. You say, "Here I am. And here's what I want to do with this business." And imagine you're already partnered up. You already did a partnership with PSA and eBay and GameStop. And you already saw the back end of their system. You already know how it works. So guess what we get to do? We get to recreate their whole business. Those are different meetings they're having. Those are different structures and planning. So, the private equity you'd have to take over, I don't mind it at all. But when I told you eBay has a net value of 49 cents a share, which literally equates to $200 million. Yeah, it was $225 million. That's all they have. That's what they're worth, essentially, because if you were to liquidate the whole company, that's all you would get at the end of it all. It's not nearly as valuable as people think it is. They have a tag of 40 billion, but that 40 billion is smothered in debt. So you go in there and you get really creative with your financing and you find a way to leverage them out. You become the leverage buyout. You do what they call bootstrap deals. You front it all yourself, or you just take over. So there's a lot of things that can happen here, but I think it would happen for the better. We do have a question here on a $5 super chat. It says, "Hey Marantz, do you think that crypto is crashing because everyone is pulling money out because they're getting ready for GameStop to move up?" No, Flame Tracks. It's not why I think crypto's crashing. I think crypto crashes because banks need liquidity. And I think banks were getting margin called on Friday. And that's because the leverage of their collateral, gold and silver, tanked 20 to 30%. Gold tanked 10 and silver tanked 30. So I think that has a real play on the market itself. Now that the government's going to get shut down, you're going to be you're driving blind. So I would sit back and wait to see what happens on Monday. I normally would. I normally am. But Ryan Cohen's going to come out and do an interview. 3 interviews in 3 business days. Good luck with you guys, man. Because I've never seen Ryan do this, and now that I see it, 5 years ago when I started making YouTube videos talking about all this, I envisioned this happening. And I said it was going to happen. I told everyone how it was going to happen. And guess what? All of that is happening all at once. So not to say I told you so, but I absolutely told you so.
Hey, Marantz, great talking with you. I got to head out.
Rich, I appreciate you, Rich.
You.
Yeah, hey, say the good word. There's people out there that talk bad about me. It's because they don't know me. But truth is, I don't allow bullshit to creep into this chat and this crew. We've been dedicated to GameStop for so long, and I appreciate investors like you, supporters like you. Keep grinding it out. See you around.
Thanks, brother. Talk soon.
Yes, sir. And that was Rich, guys. He's on Twitter, Rich Burtech or something like that. He's on my Twitter feed as well. We talk enough, but a lot of guys like that support GameStop through and through, and he does, and he's just talking about ideas, okay? So 2 p.m. Eastern. It'd be 11 o'clock a.m. Yeah. So eBay is in a world of debanking. So many people won't like that so much. They'll be okay. How long would it take for GameStop to sell their Bitcoin and tell everyone about it? I don't know. Maybe 30 days? I don't even know. I don't know, B-Dog. It's go look at my Twitter, and he's on my Twitter. Well, we can go look at my Twitter right now because we communicate. Let's see. Right here. So notification would be boom, boom, boom. You're a real one. And about, right here. So right here. Rich Bartuk. Right there. So Rich Bartuk, he's been around for a long time. He's done over 1,000 Power Pack pulls. So he's pulled a lot of Power Pack stuff. And I just called him out on this, and I didn't mean it to come off the way it did. Or maybe I did, because I don't. Yeah, absolutely I did. I won't even second guess it. He said Kohl's. He said Academy Sports. He said Macy's. All three of those are on Connect the Dots, by the way. Lululemon, Connect the Dots as well. And then Build-A-Bear Workshop. None of that is transformational. And I understand where they're all coming from as far as leverage, but I said, do you work for private equity? You literally named all their safe havens. Get the F out of here. You clowns always pushing Macellum Investments. Lulu just got $1 billion. They actually have Elliott Management is $1 billion in on Lulu. You would hate to see Elliott come into your company. Macy's, ASO, all that. You do 0DD. And I sent him the book. There you go. There it is. So hopefully he sees what it is. But he went ahead and let me know how he felt about it. And it was good. It was a good, productive conversation. I didn't go back at him and attack him. But, I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for a conversation, and we just had it. So shout out to Rich Bartuk. Give him a follow on Twitter, guys, if you can, if you'd like to. Clean cut guy for GameStop. Not a problem. GameStop website, killing it, as always, doing their thing. 6,000 cards on the website right now, Back in the day, I'd be like, hey, man, I wonder how many cards they're doing. What do they got going on? I don't really care about any of this right now. I don't care about PSA graded cards. I don't care about what they sell, what they're doing. Nothing. I don't even care about this chart, bros. This chart doesn't matter to me. I know they're having a breakout right here. Called it. Drew these lines a long time ago. You guys already know how it works. So having a breakout over the support. We'll see how it goes right now. The market's going to open up in a minute or two. Once it opens up, it's going to be a true indicator if we're going for it. But right now in the overnight, you're at 24.39. So it's even open right now. It's actually open. So there you go. So coming out the gate, 24.39. We'll see how it goes. We drew this support here. We saw this pennant happening in real time. And we broke out of it. So now we're in another world. So this is another pennant. You'll see it. I'll draw it early just so that people can say, I wonder, Marantz. Might be something like that. We don't know. We still don't know where the bottom is. I can tell you that. But the top looks like it's curling out twice up here. So unless this private equity push down is going to happen, we'll see how far the bottom goes. But it looks like you can find some in there. Maybe it gets a little tight in here in the after hours here overnight. But we'll see how it goes. We'll play it out in the morning. I'll see you guys. By the way, that was a good long stream for some of you guys. Some of you guys tell me I don't go long enough. Marantz, you don't do enough. So, Surfer Danny Boy, there you go. What if they buy Beyond in T0? Okay, yeah. Fastest way to get blocked and banned if you do that again. Please don't name piece of shit companies that don't exist. Okay, no one needs to buy Overstock. No one needs to buy T0. Not looking for your market maker bullshit. We're looking for value. And real value. Pumped to find out what Ryan is cooking for us. Yeah, tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. I got things to do, people to see. You know how it goes. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop GameStop. I want to thank the 2,000 people that actually came here tonight. We did really well on that. So thanks again, guys, for all love and support of the channel. Once again, shout out to all the content creators out there who are pumping GameStop and doing their part. I encourage you guys to do the best you can. Keep your level heads. And then, of course, for Team 51, you know who you are. You guys are gangsters, and you guys are in the Discord. Our Discord almost has 2,000 active members. It's completely free. It always will be. We were on conversation tonight with the Discord, so thank you again for everyone on that. And lastly, the last part about all of this, there's you investors, there's the naysayers, there's everyone out there. Just remember, you're loved. That's it. Pray on it, guys. We have a good night tonight. Hopefully we wake up tomorrow, and we have a great run. Shout out to everyone. Certainly my little dude, AJ, you know who you are. Next part is going to be to the Haas Co. I saw him jump in here. Matthew Golby, my boy. BeTheHaas.com. I'm representing tonight. You know what it is. And then, of course, I played a Trove song on the way in. And if you guys didn't hear it, well, you should have. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay, millionaires? GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'll see you around. 6-7. Peace.